gonna be one of them nights already.
I was like, what's going on? I was like, oh, hey, I guess I'm doing a show by myself. You know, I can't read the comment box. I guess I figure it out.
I just keep pushing buttons, keep pushing buttons. So
see what happens.
What is up, everybody? We are back in the house for a Thursday night. I think Mal will be here at some point. I haven't heard anything different, so she might be running late or she might be short people. Who knows?
Hard telling.
But
yeah, hard telling.
Yeah. I know she liked the little video earlier, so I think she probably will be here. So that I put out there on Instagram and TikTok and all that good stuff. Okay. Yeah, so you know me, mess around with stuff. That's kind of what I do.
What happens?
But yeah. Thursday night, I am ready for the weekend already. Hopefully you guys are as well. We got Vanessa in the house. Got Rusty in the house. We got Dave in the house. We got Bart in the house. Everybody's coming in early. Appreciate y'all. Just flowing in. Happy Thursday to everyone out there. And yeah, we got a little bit of beer news. We're going to drink some beers, talk some beers. If you're new to the show, well, you know, you should be used to now what we actually do around here. But if you're not used to what we actually do,
no champagne or girly drinks, we drink beer and beer and beer. No champagne or girly drinks, we drink beer and beer and beer.
What are we canceled over that girly line? But I didn't write the song. I didn't put the girlies part of there, right? But you know, at some point, someone will be offended by it. I'm sure.
Just gotta go with it. Oh yeah, for sure. If they haven't started.
Oh my goodness!
You probably lost subscribers just by playing that.
What is up, Mr. B? Cheers! Welcome, my friend. Great to actually connect with you on Facebook and all the different groups and YouTube and stuff. So, Mr. B's Home Brews and Beer Reviews. If you haven't checked him out, check him out. Now I'm looking around like, what is wrong? I haven't done any of my lighting or anything. So I'm all off tonight.
Yeah, what's going on tonight? You liking a little?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm all off kilter on stuff. It's like I'm a rookie or something tonight. I don't know what's happening. Let's get this stuff popping the right way. You know what I mean? Let's get it rolling. That's been how long of a week it's been. It's like, what is happening right now? I'm lost. I am lost here. So
need some practice.
I'm ready to drink
practice.
So that when you don't do practice. So I'm gonna actually crack a beer right open because I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I think you might need one too. Also.
I'm going to go ahead and knock off one more of the Trogs Double Nugget Nectar that a lot of people were looking for. I just did the review earlier this week on the beer, so now I can just drink it freely. If you haven't checked out the video, make sure to check that out there as well on the channel. And Bart says, good evening, that is. Definitely. Oh, he said, leave me before. Like, leave you where? We wouldn't leave you. Leave no man behind. So if you haven't picked this up, pick it up while you can. It is limited release, 9.5% ABV. Monday, I will have the base version of the Nugget Nectar also up on the channel for a review as well. So I got the double before I got the single, but that's me. I skip steps. I'm just like Christmas Story. I don't got to hit the double dog there. I go right to the triple dog. I have no problem doing so. That's just how I roll. But we get into this one here. But I don't know if you got one ready, Todd. If you want to crack open, if so, feel free.
I do. So I'm always hit and miss with them because you never know what you're gonna get. But this is DuClaw's Sweet Baby Banana Chocolate Butter Banana Porter.
Now that is going to be interesting. I've not seen that one yet. Do me a favor, before you crack it open, where does it say it's brewed at on the can? Does it say in brewed in New Jersey as well? I'm trying to figure if they moved all their operations to New Jersey now because they're under a brewery up there.
Ewing, New Jersey.
Yeah, Ewing, New Jersey. Okay, that's what I was curious about. Okay.
I was trying to find it. I was like, where the hell is it at? Because we never know. I was like, oh, there it is. Okay. Ewing. And this one comes in 6.2 ABV.
Yeah.
I'd never seen it either. So I saw it. I stopped at the store real quick on the way home. And I was like, I'm going to run in and grab a couple of beers. And I was like, that sounds interesting. I'm always, how do you feel about DuClaw? I'm kind of always hit and miss with them. Like sometimes they're just okay.
They're hit and miss for me. Their Sour Me series is a little bit more up and down than what their Pastryarchy is.
Yeah.
Pastryarchy has more hits than misses for me on that one, but the sour, like I did the gummy sour, and it was just like, yeah, I mean, Sweetwater did a better job on their gummy than they did on theirs, I believe. So,
Yeah.
but it's all preference, right?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I would say I've probably never really had anything. I'm just like, this is terrible. But
Yeah.
But I always get it like this one. I was like, ooh, I need to get that one, and I'll be like, I better not be disappointed.
Or what?
Oh, there's the
Or I'll be
god.
disappointed, I guess.
You gonna take a seat tonight? The goddess. I can use her questioning skills tonight.
I could help a man out.
All right. Yeah, baby. We about to get shouted up in here. So it's gonna get a little crazy tonight. We're gonna blow it up. Blow it up tonight. Blow it up. The Shannon's in the house. Blow it up.
Blow it up, Chris.
Yeah. So much pressure on me.
Me put pressure on you? Would I do that?
I think our camera's a little close.
Your camera.
Give her the DJ welcome.
Oh, I love it. Can I be DJ Welcome? Or are you DJ Welcome?
Welcome. I gave you the DJ welcome.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the name of it.
You want to be DJ welcome? Be you. Like you say, you be you. You would be DJ welcome? That could be your name tonight.
Yeah, I think I could do better. Not a better name, but
you have to pull the hood up. You'd have to pull the hood up over the hoodie if you're going to be DJ welcome, though, just to be the cool person in the room, right? Get some sunglasses on. Then you could be DJ welcome.
Or she just happens to have them handy.
Just happen to have them.
There you go.
DJ welcome in the house. Well, happy Thursday to you, my friend.
You say I look white doing things sometimes.
No, that was the whitest thing I've ever done. I agree with that. That was the whitest thing I've ever done.
Mr. B, late in the UK, been out to a local tap room tasting Belgian lambics. Very nice. Now home with the homebrew chocolate cherry imperial stout. Cheers. Yes, cheers. It is late over there because you are 5 ahead of us, right? So you're looking at 108 right now, I believe, or 109, depending. But great to have you in. And like I said, if you haven't checked out Mr. B's home brews and beer reviews, check him out as well. Emerson's in the house. What's up, Rod and Todd? Sipping on a tropical beer hug, 9.9 Goose. Todd, I love that you're letting the hair and beer grow, you hippie summer bitch. Let's drink. Oh, cheers.
I love hippies.
Like a son of a bitch like Jackie Gleason and Smokey and the Bandit. Son of a bitch.
Some bitch.
Vanessa's in the house again. Cheers, Vanessa. Hey, Shannon, Todd, and Rod. Welcome. Great to see you as always. So, so if you haven't checked out the Double Nugget Nectar, I would definitely say check that out. It is pretty tasty. Imperial Amber Ale. Funny thing is, I did the review. I don't want to tell you what I gave the score on the base version yet versus this because the base version doesn't come out till Monday. But it's kind of interesting because in the past, we talked about some of the beers. Do they need to have doubles or triples of stuff if they already got a good quality thing? Do you need a barrel-aged 1050 if your 1050 is already pretty solid, right? So kind of that same scenario. Nugget Nectar is pretty good as a beer itself. Do you need a double Nugget Nectar?
What does it mean when it's double or a triple?
It's increasing the ABV on it, making it a larger size. Yeah, more potent. So, yeah.
Usually get there, you're more malty or two, a lot of times anyway.
So the alcohol.
Well, with the IPAs, yeah, with the IPAs, you end up getting more of a maltier feel, so you can take off some bitterness that way. So for some that don't like IPAs, they find they like double IPAs. Well, that's because even though it's a higher ABV, the malt's higher.
As I was going to say, because usually everybody thinks the double triple is going to be more hoppy.
Right, and that's when I
usually
see,
the opposite. It's usually the opposite.
You know, because you like IPAs and I don't. And when we go out and I see something that says like New England IPA.
There we go.
Or like a triple IPA, or I'm like, well, that's just going to be more hoppy than
the doubles. Usually maltier, sweet.
So I'm going to try to dive into the IPAs. I should start with a triple.
Oh, I don't know about that, Jan. I'm just saying.
But
they're not going to be as hoppy as normal.
Or maybe I should just keep doing what I'm doing and just leave them alone.
Had it after a few triple IPAs. I don't know. Get crazy. We got Mal back in the house now, and God, I don't even got my damn background on either. I am all off kilter tonight. So yeah, it's
What
having a
happens
rough
when you're running
start.
at the edge there, Rod? It just happens.
It's this damn leap day. It's a leap day because it's 29th.
Yeah, there you go. So you can blame
Why
me.
every few years we got to throw an extra day in there? What's it really matter anyway?
I
You know?
I was wondering.
Well,
Why do we
eventually
really
the calendar would be off by a month. You gotta do that little push to get the
I
calendar.
feel like we could pull. I feel like we could change some hours on other days though, and probably get it within a year.
Hey, but here we are. Here we are.
And not have to have an extra leap. It's like leap year, daylight savings time, just some bullshit stuff that were just thrown out there. Like someone threw out at one point. And, oh, it's going to stick. You're going to keep that? I didn't think you're going to keep it. I was just throwing it out there as an idea. All right.
They're just distractions to the real world problems.
Well, I mean, daylight savings did have a purpose at the time. We don't need it anymore now because technology has surpassed it.
I know,
Yeah.
and this spring forward that's upcoming, I'm not happy about because I know I'm going to lose an hour of sleep, but I'm not pleased.
Because I say, well, it's on a Saturday. It's on a Saturday, Sunday. I don't give a fudge. I'm still losing an
I
hour.
work on Saturdays, Sundays. I work
Yeah.
weekends.
It'll
Yeah.
take a little while to get used to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the whole reason they do it is just stupid now anyway, because all the farmers
Yeah.
have the lights that can light up the whole world if they want to. You don't need.
Well, you don't have to. You don't have to wait for the children to come home from the textile mill with their gunny sack shoes to work your fields. So
That too.
you know you don't need the daylight.
Speak for yourself there, Mal. Speak for yourself.
Oh,
How you think I get this Rod J BeerVentures gear done? Get out there. Get to work, kids.
Well, they have to finish their job at the local textile mill first, and then they come to help with the fields. So I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, the hours they can do it in the dark. Give
You
them
want
a
that
little-
bread and water? You want that bread and water? You got to earn it. You got to earn it.
Yeah.
I've seen the farmers out behind our house plowing at midnight or something, and the whole field
Yeah.
was looking like it was daylight. I was like, why are we still changing time for? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
So, Mal, what beer you got? Because me and Todd started drinking. Oh, Shannon, you didn't say what beer you're drinking. Is it Miller Lite?
here.
We know what
All right. Well, there you go. All right.
Trying to include me though. I mean,
Woo! Shannon's got a Miller Lite, and the crowd goes crazy.
Shannon, you ready? Are you ready, Shannon? Are you ready?
are you drinking a Miller Lite too?
I'm having a Miller Genuine draft from Shane. Shane mailed me one from Canada because I couldn't get them here.
There we go.
He literally mailed me Miller Genuine draft because I couldn't get a hold of it. And I have not had one of these since I was about, I'd say 22-ish.
Ooh, that's
So
a
this was
risky.
one of my early beers. And I'm super excited to try it again for the first time in nearly 20 years, actually.
Miller
I
Draft.
Mad Dog 2020 one time, and
Yeah, you did.
I wasn't as excited as I thought I was going
No,
to be.
you wasn't.
See that?
Miller. Oh, look at that glass. That glass. Let me get you on the big screen.
Beautiful glass.
Look at that. That's a nice
You're
looking
on.
glass right there.
Oh yeah,
That's a
Rod
nice-
J BeerVentures. Look at
No,
that.
I need to get one of those.
Little tiny Rod here is about to be swimming in MGD. Oh
Rod, do you know
yeah,
where I can get one of those at?
here we go.
I might know a spot.
This is
Maybe
where you can plug.
maybe-
This is where you plug.
maybe check the comments for the link.
Oh,
You're
the
welcome.
color and the
Look
bubbles.
at that.
Look how pretty that is. Look at how
Oh,
pretty
that's-
that is.
That's looking
Oh, yeah.
good right there.
Oh yeah.
Rod, you're breathing too. You can see the bubbles coming up from your
Right?
underwater.
That's looking damn good.
You know, that is just as good as I
Yeah,
remember.
baby.
That is just it's super sweet, barely hoppy. Like, no, that's just as good as I remember. I'm so excited. I got to try one. It's been so long. I had to get it from Canada, but aside from that, yay.
I mean, my corner store remember, they're getting a run. Between, I just did the review this week for Miller Genuine Draft, and Shane, I just did his as well, and now you're getting Miller Genuine Draft. So maybe he's making a comeback. So if you haven't seen a review of my Miller Genuine Draft, check it out on the channel as well.
I haven't
But,
had it in a long
I
time.
only
that
have
took
it
me
because
back. That took me back to the. Well, yeah. Well, I could have got it for you down here too, but
I
I
only
got.
have it because Shane sent it to me. None of my local stores have it. Not a single one. I'm in the northwest suburbs of Chicago, and I can't find that damn beer. It's
I
been a
mean-
while. I've been looking, and this is the first time I've gotten to have it in
It
20
makes it more
years.
special.
So
It makes it even more special that you couldn't find
I
it.
know, and I'm so
Yeah.
excited to be sharing
It's
it with
from
you all. That I'm
Canada
having an
on top.
MGD with all of you. Oh my god!
I mean, technically, I had to go to the corner store to get it, so it wasn't in my usual rotation. But I keep various spots for various reasons, so that's why. I can also get a whole line of Still Reserve flavor line. I don't know if I'll do those or not, but they are there.
No, you
They're
guys
out.
can tell when I'm super excited about a beer when I drink it like a squirrel. Like I have two hands and I'm bringing it up to. Yeah, that's when I'm excited about a beer. As silly as this might be, I'm excited to have one of the first beers I ever tried.
There you
So
go.
So how
Yeah.
does it feel now compared to when you had it before? Do you still enjoy it as much?
I still enjoy it. I do. It's I don't like Miller Lite as much. Something about the flavor just turns me off. But this one had a sweeter. It was more malt forward and a little bit on the sweeter side, and it always sat really well for me when I was in, college and stuff. So to get to try it again makes me very happy. And
Always-
thank you, Shane. I know he's not here, but I love you so much, Shane, for sending that to me. Thank you.
I always feel that MGD and like Budweiser, those are pretty decent, like macros
Agreed.
above the light. Like I think they, do the job.
Anybody know the year when they launched MGD?
Ooh, let's guess. Let's guess. Okay, you know the answer though, right, Rod?
I know the answer. Yeah,
Okay, so Todd and Mal and me will try to
73.
73. Okay. I'm gonna go with 68.
whoa, 68.
Yeah.
82.
I was the closest. 1985.
85.
Mm.
I was gonna say
2 years before I went to
That was
college.
truly.
Way.
Yeah, just a little. Well, yeah, because you get it all. Miller Lite was in the 70s, so yeah, Genuine Draft was
Do that
later
again
on.
next week, and I'll forget you asked, and I'll still get it wrong. But,
We got 1994.
but I'll at least have. I'll be like, I think he asked this question before, and then maybe
Yeah.
my brain will be like, it's not 1968. Don't say 1968 because that's wrong.
So that leaves the question: is Genuine Draft maybe like a Gen X beer, because that actually came of age when Gen X became drinking generation? So maybe that's like a Gen X type beer.
That would
Yeah,
make
but-
sense.
And what year did it come out?
85.
Oh
So
yeah,
in 85, the drinking age in a lot of states, I think, was 18 still.
really?
But yeah, but your Gen Xers, I think, were 67 up, so they would have been legal. So that's kind of like a Gen X type beer. Just thought about that just there, but so I don't know. Maybe that's why I got a tie to it. I don't know, because it was during my college years, and we drank a good amount of them back then. A lot of good memories drinking some Miller Genuine Draft and other stuff that happened. But
Other stuff that happened.
I will admit I didn't actually. Well, I mean, I probably tried it from whatever my parents had around the house at some point as a youngster, but I didn't actually sit down and have one on purpose until about 2001 ish, something like
that
that.
was really late in the game, because that was starting to disappear from places by then. So you got lucky to even try it then.
I'm aware. It's all gone.
I didn't even get into beer until probably 2000.
I'm aware.
2001 is when
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't like beer, but I'm a people pleaser. So we went out and, I like cranberry and vodka and stuff, but then I'd be out with him and all of his friends and they'd take turns buying rounds. And I'm like, well, I'm not,
Yeah.
they have beer tub. I'm like, I'm not going to make them go stand at the bar to get me cranberry and vodka when they could just
Right.
go to the beer tub really quick. So I just just give me a beer. And then it just grew on me, and here we are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
It
much.
did
That's
that
true.
to a lot of folks, I think.
Yeah.
So Todd brought you
Much
down
easier
from
than
being
the podcast.
Todd brought you down for being bougie.
That's what I was just gonna say. Bougie little bee, you know, instead of drunk.
And now you're the bougie one. Now you're the bougie.
You know, I'm bougie one. Yeah, with the crack. I still drink that, so I ain't that.
Yeah, but you're bougier than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I used to go drink $1.25.
Oh shoot!
Ooh.
Bart's got the malt liquor flowing. He just cracked open a 22-ounce Colt 45. Billy D.
Billy
Billy D. might show up there.
You go, Bart.
No hate, no hate. Good pairing for my Chinese takeout. Some Chinese and a Colt 45. What did you get from Chinese?
Yeah.
That's what I'm curious about.
I'm curious.
There's a question. Does everybody have a favorite Chinese dish? We could talk about that there.
Yeah, mine's so boring though.
Egg drop soup and
It's
fried
what?
rice.
She said so boring.
Egg-
Mine's so boring.
Wait a minute. So you said you're born mouth at egg drop soup and fried rice? Like that's it? Like what kind of fried rice? Just fried rice? Like no pork,
I'll mix
chicken,
it up.
beef?
Sometimes we'll mix it up. We'll do different ones, but that is included in every single order we've ever done from a Chinese place. So we'll order like a meal aside from that, but we always have the egg drop soup
Those
and the
sides.
fried rice. I do
Mm.
make egg drop soup at home, and it's really, really lovely. But you have to have the sesame seed oil. But it's so lovely.
Mm. What's your boring one, Shannon?
What is the
What is
most okay? If you think I bet that boring bitch orders this at a Chinese food restaurant, what would you say?
What is
Kung Pao
the-
chicken or General.
I don't even think she
Tso's.
goes that. I was gonna say probably sweet and sour chicken and
Sweet
egg
and
roll.
sour?
There you go. There you go.
But
General
General
Tso's on
Tso's
the list
is
too
the
now.
next. Creme Rangoon and egg rolls. But
Sweet and sour chicken's like the fallback for Americans when they're first
Oh.
going to a Chinese restaurant. They don't know what it's going to be like. So, what's the
yeah.
safest thing I could probably get? Sweet and sour chicken's like always in the mix.
Good. It's like chicken
Yeah.
fried in beer batter with an extra crazy, like with a super sauce to dip it in.
Hmm. But you know they make it different in different spots. Like so, when I grew up in New Jersey, we had the Szechuan type of Chinese food. So when they did sweet and sour, it was like with pineapple and pickles and stuff like that in there. When I went down to Cincinnati, theirs was more just like a sauce and didn't
Yeah.
have all the other stuff. So it's different types, you get from different regions too.
The one you were talking about with the pineapples and stuff, they have a lean cuisine or a healthy choice meal, and it's sweet and sour chicken, and it has
Yeah.
the pineapple and all this stuff. And I really like that one too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I tend to like more.
Yeah.
But nowadays, I'm more.
I'm
Go
kind of boring. I'm like, I find something I like, and I'm like, I'm gonna stick with that.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
but I do
And
like,
Todd inside is going, "Yay!"
no, he knows, he's aware. Yeah.
I wasn't talking about food at that point, but cool.
which
I was like,
which
"Yay!" She finds a thing and she sticks with it.
Yeah.
The one thing.
which
Food and men,
which your
food and men, that's about the only things that apply to.
food and men. There you go. What is your Chinese dish there, Todd?
I mean, usually when we get Chinese, it's usually just sweet and sour and General Tso's.
Yeah, we get the big thing.
Oh, you do the same. So you're kind of boring with it too.
No,
Then
we
do the
usually
same.
And just split it.
Yeah,
Ah.
we get 2 larges and then all 3.
Because
But
that's
he
enough for the whole
does-
family.
Here's my little spice to it, which isn't very spicy. Like you can get the fried rice or the steamed rice. I'm like, no, I don't want the rice. I want the noodles. So I get the noodles
No, I like those too,
instead of the rice.
but they get so cold so fast.
They do.
That's the only thing I don't like about them.
The only time I like the fried rice, is when it has like a bunch of vegetables and like carrots and mushrooms and broccoli and all that mixed into it.
They have too much. You're doing too much. You're doing too much.
I mean,
Back away.
that's the way I do. Yeah, I do too
No, I'm
much.
saying you're saying they're doing too much because you don't like
said
it.
doo-doo.
No, that's the way.
Now,
Come on. She was not here. I have to cover for him. She said doo-doo. And somebody had to say it.
Yeah,
If she had been here, he would have
Yes.
called it out.
yeah.
did somebody have to say it?
She would have. I had to cover for him because he's not here. He would have been mad at me if I didn't call that out.
All right. He's probably
also-
calling it out. He's probably at the brewery calling it out right now.
Probably.
It's like, look,
But also
yeah.
the garlic chicken and the shrimp and lobster sauce. I love shrimp and lobster
Oh,
sauce.
there you go.
Oh, it's
There you
beautiful.
go.
It always costs like $12 more than the other ones, but every once in a while, I just gotta
What
have my
is
shrimp and lobster sauce.
It was shrimp and lobster.
Well,
Oh,
no,
it's the hibachi grill.
no, it's Chinese takeout thing, and it's
Oh,
shrimp,
okay.
and it has rice, and it has like a sauce, but the sauce is made of lobster or whatever,
That
but
sounds
it's
good.
seafood straight up, but it's really tasty, and I really like
Oh
it.
yeah, but
So
the shrimp. I don't do shrimp.
Yeah.
okay.
No shrimp. No shrimp.
What about you,
I
Rod?
mean-
What do you order?
Yeah.
I usually try to do different things, but one of my go-tos is like beef with scallions. I like to get it
Mm,
spicy.
yeah.
That's always good. And like, so I get like the pork spare ribs or something like that with it too.
Yeah, see, I was gonna say that. I was
Chicken
like,
wings.
I've been wanting to
It all
challenge.
depends. Well, it all depends on your restaurant order. So too, some do good on it, some don't. So
And the buffet, like if you go to a good buffet, a Chinese buffet, which are rare to find because, but there's some really good stuff on there but usually my plate mostly consists of crab rangoon
Same
and
thing anyway.
sweet and sour chicken. But then I'll get some other stuff in there. I'll get the noodles. I'll get the broccoli and beef. I love that.
You
But
can order that down there.
I know, but Rod, I got in this little kick about, I'm like, I want to start cooking foreign foods. And so I got on it and I found this recipe and it was so good. It was made with flank steak and broccoli and some other stuff. And it was really good. But I'm like, we need some more like filler in here. So I got ramen noodles and like the actual, not the cheap ones, but they they're still cheap, but like the ones you can add your own flavor to.
yeah.
Got that. And then I got a recipe for teriyaki sauce, homemade teriyaki sauce. And I mixed that all together. Oh my God, it was so good.
Nice.
Well, if you ever want to see a funny skit about the Chinese buffet, you need to pull up John Pinette, Pinette. He's a comedian, and he does a thing on his show talking about going to Chinese buffet because he's a bigger guy, so he's hilarious when he actually does it and everything, and like getting kicked out and stuff. So
He gets kicked out.
No, was he the one who talked about special number 4?
he may have. He was like, I can't remember. I don't remember the whole skit, but it's pretty funny when you watch it, though. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'll have to watch it again.
I love funny. Funny is the best thing in the world.
Yeah, funny.
I really
Make
do.
people laugh.
Funny makes you feel everything and nothing all at once.
Like Joe Pesci, funny, ha ha, he he, like clown and amuse you.
Yeah, whatever.
Funny how? Sorry, I'm going into Goodfellas now. Anytime you're funny, I go into Goodfellas. So if you haven't seen Goodfellas, I don't know what to tell you. But if you've seen Goodfellas, you know what I'm talking about.
And if you
Yeah.
haven't, you need to. It's like top tier. Goodfellas and Casino.
Yeah. Let's see. Vanessa says, "Hey, Mallory and Chew." Bart says, "Vanessa, good evening." Quadruple stouts. They don't usually call them that, but I'm sure I pretty much had them because I've had high ABV that probably should be a quad stout.
Yeah.
Hooray, Mal and Chew are here. Let's drink our faces loose.
He's
Not off, but loose.
He's probably watching in his tap room. Apparently, he has been putting us up on one of the screens in his tap room.
I remember he did that the other day, a few weeks ago, right? Like, that's cool. Yeah.
But he can't put the sound on, and I'm pretty sure there's no captions. So he just has our faces up there going like this.
That is the one thing I've never understood about sports bars or bars with TVs. You can't hear them, but they never put the captions on. I'm like,
Yeah.
Give me a little.
Well, sports bars will turn on the volume if it's a local team usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do that at Ravinia, but I don't think we can have automatic captions as fast as we're talking in this video. So I'm pretty sure there's not an automatic captioning thing that can happen on live streams. So not really an option, unfortunately.
Speaking of Ravinia, so for those of you that are connected with me watching it on TikTok, I actually did I'm switching over to another TikTok handle because the other one, there was like something I was trying to get fixed and they couldn't fix it. I'm like, you know what? I'll just deactivate this one and I'll start a new one, which is fine because I only started the other TikTok not that a few months ago, like 500 people, whatever there, but everybody started to convert over to the new one. But I reposted the thing about keeping Ravinia out there if you're in Chicago, and the clip that I did with Ravinia, all that kind of stuff. And like I put it up there this morning, all these people started watching it again. So hopefully that helps give Ravinia some more support,
And
so they
we
can tell
appreciate
the
it.
festival to go F off and go do
Yeah.
something else, you know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Lost.
We appreciate any eyeballs that can be turned our way, because
You know.
we're in a tight spot, man. They have an awful lot more money than us, and we're just trying to hang on by our fingernails until we can get to court. If we get to court, we win. We just need to get to court. But getting there is hard, and it takes a long time, and a lot of sneaky, vicious, monstrous little things are happening in the meantime around. I obviously can't go into the details, but there are some folks in high places that are dead set against us right now, and
Snakes in the grass. Snakes in the grass.
it's been a little difficult, and we are towing the line on everything. We're being super careful to not break any rules, cause any trouble, do anything wrong, because people are watching really close right now. So it's interesting. We're doing our best.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta fight. So
Yeah, fighting the good fight.
Vanessa saying hello to Bart and Emerson, and hello back from Emerson. Insomniac, such as myself. Long list. That time change effect. Yeah. Add an extra hour that you can't sleep in there. Lost. Dave said you can get that at Jewel, Mal. You can get Miller Genuine Draft there.
Doesn't have it. I've been to the Jewel by Me. I have one here on Highway 60, and it just didn't have one. So I was like, I looked there, and I've looked at other bottle shops, liquor stores.
Maybe Dave's closer to the hood. I don't know.
Maybe I'll try another Jewel, perhaps. I mean, that's the one that's closest to my home. But I'll try another one. I don't know. I feel bad that Shane sent me something that I apparently can find here, but I haven't been able to find it.
It's funny though, like you can't find it. Another country sends it in for you. No, that's kind of funny in itself, you know.
And I will say, I'm not actively hunting. I'm not like going 7 different bottle shops in one day trying to find this. I'm not. But anytime I'm in one, I check, and it's not there. And I don't know if like it's a Northwest Suburbs thing. They're just like, nah, you guys don't need it. Okay. But I'm super happy to have it right now.
Yeah. Trying to get relatives weaned off the Miller, Vanessa says. Why are you trying to get weaned off the Miller there, Vanessa? You're trying to get him probably over to the Dragon's Milk.
Well, I'm not going to be a day drinker on MGD. I'm sure of that, but I'm happy to have the one.
You know what? I find it to be not bad. Like I said in the video, still has like refreshing, crisp feel to it.
It does lean on the
it is sweeter. You do get the corn, you do get the adjunct feel, but it's an easy drinker too. Like for me to have something like that, like if it was more in the spring and I was like out in the park or something like that and everything, or at an event, it'd be an easy drink to just have and you're not going to get hammered off. It's only 4.8 ABV. So I have a few of those. And the sweetness would get to me probably after like a couple, but I'd have to switch over. But as far as just a easy thing, if I'm on a canoe on a stream or something like that and everything, I can easily drink something like that.
I can see this camping. This is a camping.
Yeah, it'd be a camping beer. Yeah, it would be a camping beer. Yeah,
100%. Summer camping beer.
So, Rod, I'm writing questions down. You just let me know
awesome.
when you fill in the space.
I love it. Got the notebook out. More notepad, but we're going to call it the notebook. Vincent said, biting a keg to truly bring back those memories. A 60 Chevelle fit 2 kegs on ice in the trunk. I bet this is from experience.
Yeah, that sounded like it was experience for sure.
People pleaser would be a great name for a beer. You know, it would be somebody, probably could do something like that. Yeah.
That's cute. I like that.
Yeah. General Sal is what Dave says. Beer and French. General Sal is what he likes there.
Oh, yeah.
Keith's in the house. What's up, Keith? My choice would be sweet and sour chicken and egg roll. See, that's what I called off the bat, like sweet and sour and egg. And it's I feel like that's the default function, especially, yeah.
But it's so damn good.
I think if they do it right, then if they do it right, you get stuck on it, right? Yeah. Hunan chicken with hot and sour soup tonight. There you go. Nice. I'm a hot and sour soup person. I don't do like the egg drop or the other one they have. It's hot and sour though. Good hot and sour. Wipe the sinuses and everything out and sit back and enjoy.
She has the hot and sour. I do the egg drop. So yeah.
With the crunchy things, put the crunchy things in there too, which are like crackers for soup.
Gotta
right?
have
Like,
the crunchy things. Yeah.
Crunchy things.
I don't know what they're called. I think everybody just says crunchy things that I know. So that's kind of what I've always gone with. Chopped suey rolls, hot and sour soup, and okay, spare ribs with rice. I like that one, Mr. B. So I don't think I've done the chopped suey. I mean, unless that's we already have in the egg rolls, but the hot and sour soup and the spare ribs with rice. Yeah, we get platters of that here as well. It's gonna be done.
Yes, crab rangoon and egg rolls. But there's like
See, Vanessa,
so much.
you type that in. I can't say that because then I'm going to get canceled. They're going to be like, you're being canceled if you read that line. I already got the girly part and the drink thing. Now you want me to say that too? YouTube censors will be all over me.
Right, 4 questions. And
Shannon said, I want to start cooking foreign foods. Ollie, I decided I wanted to start crashing foreign cars. Great minds.
whatever.
Great man.
It's your life. You do what you want to with it.
Dee Dee's in the house.
I
Hey,
haven't crashed a
Vanessa.
foreign car in hours.
An hour.
I need to get back on that.
Yeah. Dee Dee and Vanessa saying hello there. So, all right. So we got the comments. I'm trying to stay on top of comments here tonight. So it's always nice when they can keep up. Not the easiest. So I'm happy to actually, when someone snuck one in on me. Let's see here.
Oh, he's came in handy.
Dee Dee says, those are from the lunch menu, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m., 6:50.
Yes.
What's on the lunch menu?
Because then you get the egg roll and it all
Oh,
and it's less money and they don't give you enough to feed 5 people and it's like $2 off.
yeah. Hey, Chinese food, you got to plan out. Like sometimes you have to order like a couple entrees because
Oh yeah.
you're gonna be hungry later, right? We all know that, So you might as well get 2 while you're doing it.
Yes.
But price wise, as one that uses DoorDash a good amount of time, Chinese and Mexican restaurants have the best value that you get the food from. And I feel like all the American restaurants just screw us. Like you order a Mexican restaurant, you order the tacos or a burrito or even like steak and rice. And it's like they give you this huge platter of stuff. And it's just like, how come they're charging so much for a hamburger and I'm getting all this stuff and it's like the same price or less? So I'm like, they know how to squeeze the food out for a good dollar. I'll give them that.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. But let's see here. Mr. B said beer pairing for Chinese food. There you go. That could be kind of a topic there. Beer pairing for Chinese
That
food.
would
So
be
what
good.
say you? What say you folks? What do you got there? What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Gonna put you on the spot.
I
Gonna
would
put you on
do-
blast.
I would do a dry hopped lager with the fried rice.
Of course, you can get rice lagers now too. I wonder how that would.
There we go. There you go.
Yeah.
I was thinking more
See, when
like
when I get sushi, I end up getting like ashi or one of the Japanese beers. You say, Todd?
I was thinking like a good IPA with like the shit, what do we say we usually get?
General Sal?
Sour, but General
General
Sal.
Tso's.
Yeah, I was like totally
Yeah.
like kind of get the spice with it a little bit. I think that
I
would
do a
Yeah.
Midwest IPA with the crab rangoons because you need a little bit of bite because the crab rangoons are too sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say for Todd's there. So if you do the IPA with that, so there's 2 theories on IPA and spicy food. I'm all for it because I think it enhances both, but some people feel like it can get overpowered on them. So
See, I'm with
it's
you.
got to know
I'm
your
the
tolerance.
same way.
Yeah. I think they play well off each other. And
I can
Mexican
see the
food
other
is like
way,
kind of the
too.
same way. Yeah.
But if like the ones that say they probably are just okay on IPAs, like they're not normal. You know what I mean? Like a regular IPA drinker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong, but to me, I think that goes great together.
Yeah. I think you could do like some different types of lagers for sure with some of the Chinese. They have some like a crisp, refreshing type feel too. So
Oh, something with big flavor like General Tso's. I would probably put a Pilsner with it. I would want something light and crisp to alternate with that bright, huge flavor of General Tso's. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
If I was having, I would have a Pilsner like with egg rolls
Yeah.
as an
And
appetizer.
if you're gonna go fortune cookies, then you just some sort of a stout of some kind.
There you go. Pastry
Yeah.
stout.
or like one of the vanilla porters with the
Mm.
cookies.
Oh, that could
Yeah.
be fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, you could do something like that and everything. I used to do the Breckenridge porter. We used to have like this chocolate cake at Mitchell's Fitz Market. Perfect match. Like they just played well off of each other. So a lot of people don't realize you can pair beer with desserts. You can have fun with it. So
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, like
around the Bend Brewing Company by me. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Around the Bend Brewing Company by me, they have a pistachio cream ale, which would go really good with
Mm.
either the almond cookies or with the fortune cookies. So yeah, pistachio cream ale would be a fun blend with the desserts.
Yeah, 'cause,
nice.
dang, who was it that did? I bought those cans. It was, I think the beer was.
and the
it was
peanut butter cup.
It was a
Well,
stout, but it was with
sent,
strawberries.
somebody sent
with
you some.
strawberries.
It might have been Joe sent us. Like you got a beer
Oh,
mail,
with the-
and it came with chocolate in it too to try with the beers that they sent.
Well, Rod got it too. I forgot what he called
Yeah.
that though.
Was it
Oh,
from Joe?
that was I can't remember what it was, but yeah, I remember when we got those. So yeah,
Some
yeah.
sort of a candy that goes with it though. Yeah. Or
Yeah.
he said that tasted really good with it, and it was.
And you do that with wine too. I mean, there's some
Yeah.
good ones with wine. Jesus Christ.
Shout out to Arthur. Welcome to the house. What's
Hi,
up? First time here?
Up,
Well, let me tell you what we do, Arthur.
No champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer. No champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer, beer, beer.
And talk about a whole bunch of stuff. So we have a bunch of fun here. So it's a good time. Good time.
You got 2 different hours.
Were you going to stream to your channel, Mal? I just saw you didn't stream to your thing if you were trying to do that. So
I did.
I don't.
I
you
forgot.
didn't. I was going to say, see, she's off too tonight. I just saw
Well,
that
I got here
there.
a little late, so I was kind of rushing. So
Arthur, as the hours go by, Arthur, tune in because then it
It's-
starts getting a little more.
It's getting a little crazy. And Shannon's writing down questions. When Shannon writes down questions, you know it's going to be an entertaining night for sure. So.
yeah, buckle up.
Tonight we're all going to live in the mind of Shannon for a little bit of time.
No,
So
I did it.
The point of question to enter each other's minds.
yeah, but the questions are coming from your mind. So
Oh,
we're
no,
going to step in there from.
Questions up. I mean, I'll read these questions and then I'll have come up with questions of my own. But I have 4 questions. You let me know when you want me to ask the first one.
Okay, I will keep you posted on that there. And I was going to say for Arthur, everybody here pretty much knows Shannon. But if you're wondering, what is it like to get into Shannon's mind? It's an adventure. It's a fun trip.
I love that you think
It's worth the price of admission.
Way more complicated.
We never know what's going to happen when we're in Shannon's mind. I'm just saying. You want to stick around for that for sure.
Either. I'm curious to find out what happens too.
Remember that though, so.
I know.
Oh, it's something light, a Pilsner. Yeah, a Pilsner can work with definitely a good amount of food on the Chinese menu, I think, for
as
sure.
long as you guys don't ask
Especially
me to look anything up
the-
today.
Well, it's
That's
still
all I'm
early.
asking. Don't have me look anything up.
Like next time we get Chinese, we need to order something that we never do,
But if you go Chinese, if you went
Still
to
get backups. We should still
just in case.
we should get
what's the
get
One
a small
something.
of
Yeah,
something
yeah.
else. Yeah.
what's the one chain Asian place?
Panda Express.
Not Benihana, not Panda Express.
Shogun.
That's a show, which I got to watch
Bob
tomorrow.
Penn's.
Well, it's also,
Wait,
no,
it's
that's-
also used to be a restaurant.
Hibachi
But,
grill
you know,
restaurant. Yeah.
it's not very original. That's why there's more than one. Yeah.
No, it's like it's a famous restaurant. It's all around. It's pretty much an
Benihana's?
Asian theme. No, it's not
Wow.
Benihana. No, but it's an Asian theme.
I'm glad you narrowed it down.
You're right.
It's a national chain. Like everybody knows it. If I say the name, you're gonna.
Or is it like a drive-through restaurant? Is it a sit-down restaurant?
Sit down.
A sit-down and it's
Aren't all
Asian.
restaurants
Do
technically
they?
sit down?
Do they have?
It's on the tip of my tongue, and I can't think of it.
Do they have hibachi?
No hibachi.
Okay. It's a sit-down restaurant. No hibachi. It's not Panda Express.
Didi said, "Is it something bowl?"
No.
I don't feel like we
God
have
dang
it.
it. Trying to look on the thing here. P.F. Chang's.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
See, I think, yeah.
We got one. We do.
There-
We have
Me and
one.
Kylie went there for Mother's Day one time.
Yeah, we
And I think
But we don't have
their
Panda.
lettuce wraps would be good for a pilsner.
Yes,
The
we
pear,
got lemon
yeah.
wraps when we went. They were really good.
I've never
Yeah.
Me and Kylie went for Mother's Day one time.
Yeah. It's not too far from down the street. From
No.
Testify right order Mexican meal last year. They sent me a bag of chips and salsa to be at the table. My order came in a brown grocery bag. Wonderful stuff. Yeah, it's like you get chips and salsa, and the chips are like feed and four. Like you just wanted it for like think it'd be like a little appetizer because it's only like $3 or something, right? And it's like you get like all this stuff, chips and queso. It's like you get a bowl of queso. You go to Chipotle, you get a little cup of queso. You go to a Mexican restaurant, they're like, here's a whole bowl. Like, what is
There you
going
go.
on here?
I gotta say, Emerson, it kind of sounds like you ordered from my restaurant. Just saying.
Chips
That's kind of what we send out too, and we do the brown grocery bags too. So
No, and I love that because it soaks up the grease because the chips are fresh.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. All of our chips are made in house. So yeah.
So quit being
Stout
quit
with
being
beef and oysters. I like that idea, Mr. B. Stout
That
with the
sounds
beef
really
and
good.
oyster sauce. That sounds really good. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Keg of dragon's milk while you batch deep frying foods. She's not even eating. She's just drinking the dragon's milk while she's deep frying.
Okay, yeah.
I can't get through a whole keg of dragon's milk.
Vanessa.
I saw Chew
Yeah, the
do.
dragons. It doesn't matter after that.
I saw Chew do 9 5-ounce samples at New Holland, and I had to roll that effort to the car. I'm not kidding. It was ridiculous. Like he was freaking
Come on,
gone.
you.
Oh,
I love it.
well, they were all 12 or higher for percentage.
Well,
so
okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
I love the place New Holland. I love Holland. Like that's
Yeah, the
where
town
my
is
soul
cute.
is in Holland,
Yeah.
Michigan.
the town is cute with their little, you can walk around in the streets with your beer as long as it's in one of their specific plastic cups. It has to be in one of their special cups.
Yeah.
You can just wander around the streets with your beer. It's great.
I just
Speaking
love
of Asian beers, but on the craft side, if you haven't had any of the Hitachino beers, highly recommend checking out their stuff. They've got some pretty good flavors between the different styles they're doing out in Japan, but
How do you spell
great
that?
craft beer. It's HITACHINO, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah. So they have different ones, and I used to get them like where Todd's at, Jungle Gyms. They used to always get them in. I think here we get a few of their stuff in some of the spots I've been at, but very nice beers out of Japan that they put together. Kite rice lager with mandolin, more meat dishes and spicy. Red ale or IPA with Cantonese, more seafood dishes. There you go. And Dee Dee's going to agree with me here. Dee Dee's going to agree with me. You can never have too much red ale. I'd love to see more breweries have red ales out there. Yeah.
100%.
I love that
yes.
little caramel type base to it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
Mhm. Which is it now that Nosferatu comes out usually? Or did they come out already?
Now, yeah, it's usually in the spring, right?
Yeah, I think so. Like, yeah, right before like end of winter, beginning of spring or something, I believe. Because I think before Nosferatu is like the chill wave monster or whatever, and the other one stuff. So yeah.
Oh, cute puppy.
Nice. Yeah, we have a blast on Thursday nights, Arthur. The puppy.
For sure.
Actually, having a cigar with some pork butter. Oh, very nice.
Fancy.
Say that's what I was gonna say. A little fancy there.
Fancy. I like it.
Do you have the sweater on too by the fireplace? Just asking.
Gotta have the blanket with the kitty and the book, the whole works.
He's got the Hugh Hefner thing going. Well, not all the bad Hugh Hefner stuff, but just the Hugh Hefner relaxing stuff. Like as soon as Hugh Hefner dies, all the
don't ask how that man relaxed.
No,
As soon
he
as Hugh Hefner dies, all these stories come out. Like, y'all couldn't have said it when he was alive. Like, you know, you
Well,
can't
no.
defend himself at this point.
yeah, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
but you were cashing the checks when he was alive. That's a whole different thing.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
you're like, look, I could be quiet and keep getting this check, or I could say something and he could destroy my life. So the lesser of the two evils.
Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of things being written or rewritten or however they're being done, I just started watching the Lakers series on HBO, Winning Time, because I never watched it before. I never got around to it. I know they're taking liberties with some stuff, but it's just like some of the stuff is just like, man, if this person was like that way, that just totally changes my perception on some of the things.
I
Like,
know.
I actually met Jerry West in college and got his autograph. He came to one of the events we were actually working at and talked to him for a bit. And no way would I think he was portrayed the way he was on this TV show.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a little. I mean, it is John C. Reilly, so you know. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I can see the guy that does Magic kind of being that way. I can see the way guy does Kareem, Jamal Wilkes. I can see all them guys like that. I can see Norm Nixon having some other stuff like that and everything. But some of the other, like Jerry Buss and the different coaches they had, it's kind of a crazy little show. I'm enjoying it because I like John C. Reilly. He's solid as, you know, Jerry Buss on there, but it's interesting.
have you got to? Has Larry Bird come in yet?
Yeah, so Larry Bird's come in now. I'm like
That
in
guy
the
does a
second
pretty good
season,
job
like
with
episode
that.
5. He does a pretty good, but I didn't realize Larry Bird's dad committed suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't realize that and stuff. And I didn't realize he was going to Indiana at one point and dropped out before he went to Indiana State either.
Yeah, he went to Indiana for like 2 months, and then he said basketball wasn't for him, and then he transferred down to State. And
Yeah.
rest in sister.
It's a-
Like, if Indiana had Larry Bird, then they'd have went undefeated probably like 2 more seasons.
Well, the funny thing is when he actually got pitched the guy from Indiana State to come there, and he actually shows up at the gym. He's just in jeans, and they're like, yes, he actually played in jeans when he did.
Good
Just
pickup
like-
game in jeans, yeah. In school,
Larry
I'm like,
Bird.
all right.
But no, it's a pretty good show. Let's see, sounds good. Question night is always welcome, Vanessa says. We're going to start some questions here in a little bit. Cigar detail. So, Arthur, Vanessa actually used to hand roll cigars and stuff back in the day, so she's very interested in cigars as well. Sounds like fun. Ashton VSG. There you go, Vanessa. Cheers, thank you. And see, we poking another one. Yes, Mr. B, get some rest. Great to have you drop in. Actually, on this Saturday, I didn't announce this earlier, but this Saturday, I'll actually be teaming up with Joe on the Beer Patrol for a broadcast he's doing at 3:00 Eastern.
Oh,
So we're going to be talking, we're going to talk about the beers of February. So he did this with No Hype Beer Reviews for January, asked me to do the one with him for February, which is great because I haven't had Joe on here. We haven't done anything together in a while, so it'd be a great time. Yeah. So make sure to check out the Beer Patrol, and if it's something where he's set up on here and I can stream back, I'll stream it to this channel as well too. But it'll be a good time.
You said
It's gonna be on
Saturday at
coconut.
3.
Huh?
All
You say
coconut.
Saturday at 3.
Oh, Joe's all about the coconut. Yeah, 3:00 Eastern on Saturday.
Yeah, we got a beer fest, so I won't be able to see it live. But
Yeah. But the good thing is with YouTube, you get the replay because it stays out there forever. Forever. I'm doing my Sandlot right now. If you've seen Sandlot, you know what I'm doing. If you didn't see it, I know what to tell you. Ever. Shannon's looking like she didn't see Sandlot, so she's kind of like a little lost
I'm
there.
just thinking, yes, quit reminding me that I will forever be online acting like a fool.
You're killing me,
Forever.
Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls.
Yeah, some lady signed it. Baby Ruth.
yeah, Baby Ruth.
No, was it Ruth? No, yeah, was it Baby?
Yeah, he said some lady signed it. Baby Ruth. And they're like,
Baby.
Ruth,
Yep.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Yeah. The Great Bambino. The Sultan of SWAT. And they're like, you know her?
On and on.
Oh, I have 4 questions. And that's-
Oh, that is a great movie. That movie will be with me forever.
I like the puppy.
Something Bowl. No, it was P.F. Chang's. We have one in Raleigh. Been once microwavable Chinese food by Mr.
can't
B.
get it
Yeah, you can get it at the grocery store now. Worked at a Chinese school over 2 months at Fort Worth. They needed ingredients, and I was the runner to collect them. Well, there you go. So you learn how to do Chinese food and stuff too, which doesn't surprise me. Like Vanessa can cook Chinese food probably. So
Vanessa can cook anything.
cooking Tuesday and Thursday, pretty much. Which is, if things go bad, we go to Vanessa's. Which before I get into the question for Shannon, so now because I'm on that bandwagon, so now we're watching The Walking Dead. So now it's the Rick and Michonne series just started. I don't know if you guys have seen it or not, if you're going to watch it, but it's kind of interesting how it actually does it. So I won't say anything to spoil people, but I'm like, but the episode, like, really? Like, how's that happen? But, you'd have to watch to see. But
I just don't think they have any chemistry. I don't know how
Rick and Michonne?
Yeah.
Oh, they're pretty good together. I mean, they got a kid and everything now, so.
Well,
I can't remember if Rick knows they have a kid.
I mean, on
They're two like,
yeah.
we're like two alphas, but
Spoiler alert.
Chemistry, like on screen.
Oh, sorry.
No,
Wait
it's
a minute,
okay. I won't be watching that, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I'm just teasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the summer, they showed the teaser. They got the summer coming back for Daryl's second season, where it's going to be the book of Carol. So Carol's going to be the focus on that one. There, looking for Daryl.
Never been.
That's like Rick and Carl.
Yeah.
Well,
You never been a fan of Daryl? You said never a fan of Daryl?
No, Carol.
No, Carol.
Well, I'm
Oh,
Daryl.
Carol.
I'm with my brother
Carol.
Daryl and my brother Daryl, right? That one? That's the
Yeah.
Daryl?
Larry.
I just thought about that Carol and Daryl. Like, why do y'all got to sound alike?
Yeah,
It's
like I can pick out characters I disliked more on that show than the ones I liked.
I would say, yeah, because you really didn't like any of them.
But I liked the show up until they killed Carl, and maybe I'm just bitter over that. Maybe I did not like these people until after all
Here's the
that.
thing with Carl.
I like Carl.
No,
People hated Carl until they
not
actually killed him.
The one thing.
Shane?
Carl?
No,
The little boy.
when I stopped watching it.
Glenn. She's talking about Glenn.
Glenn. Yeah, she loved Glenn.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
they killed him off, she's like, I'm done, and didn't watch it.
So my favorite was Zombie number 73. Zombie number 73 was my absolute favorite. They really sold it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
They only have one episode. I would come back, but
Yeah.
no.
Zombies don't last long. They don't last long.
No, Zombie number 73 rocked that shit.
Yeah.
Just-
Unless you were one of the early ones that Michonne had on the leash that she kept. So then you would have lasted for a few episodes.
Yeah.
Sam's in the house. Cheers, Sam. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
short and stout, like a little teacup. I'm a little teacup, short and stout.
Teapot.
Yes, teapot. Hey, I'm doing my best over here.
And for now on, and for now,
I'm okay.
and for now on, Sam, you will be referenced as Teapot. So there you go. You got a new nickname.
Sam the Teapot.
Here is
Larry Legend. I'm a Celtics fan. Oh, you're in Massachusetts. There you go. Larry Legend. Yeah. Yeah. Which I will say during the show, man, they didn't make. I mean, I know it's rough when you play in Boston anyway, but they did not make the Boston fans look good at all. I mean, come on. Storming the bus afterward. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Lovely day for a beer. Unfortunately, I'm at work, but you're going to be close to happy hour pretty soon because you're like ahead of us, like what, 15 hours or something. So
Almost
it's got to be
there.
approaching. Kinetic cut. Connect a cut.
Rhinosaurus.
Let's say this
Yeah.
properly. It is Connecticut. Just saying.
Foreigner comes to the country, like, what state is it? This is Connecticut.
I love
Connect
that.
Well, I'm from
icon?
Illinois. Just saying.
I love that. That was freaking hilarious.
Like it was just.
I'm gonna have to connect the cut a mother. No, right?
It's a new way of saying shank somebody. I'm going to Connecticut.
Oh, how about a beer? Bill's cigar. I don't usually pair beer with cigar. Well, with cigars,
I go with the stout.
for me, I would say stouts are kind of your key ones. A lot of them that go together. Some of the imperial type porters are actually good. Like the old Victoria C was a good one to have with cigars. But yeah, your stouts are usually a better play as far as beer styles, especially as you get into the imperial type levels. You don't want like the lighter, thinner ones on the base, but get up to like, 8, 9, 10, 15, the higher percentage ones. So, and you don't want it to be a dessert one because dessert was, you want to have them by themselves for the most part. But yeah, you can get some, or you get a Rouse beer, which is a smoked beer, which can really work well with a cigar.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
that blew my mind. All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get yourself an excellent Curla.
So the next
Get
time
that
I get
cigar.
a Ralphie, I need to get a Ralph beer.
Yeah.
I probably get
And then you'll be sitting in front of the fireplace.
Yeah.
Oh, we should have a fireplace
If
right
I had one, this would be camping as well. And that's the only place I get a fire. I'm not allowed to light fires in my house. So
Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Drag is
You're
a milk
allowed,
stout.
it's not advised.
Yeah. Let's see here. The beer patrol in my beer poop patrol. I think.
Poo troll.
Aw.
Can't beat a barrel empty stout with a cigar. Yeah. Especially with the oak barreling from the barrel aging that takes place. So, yes, like Stanley Cups and World Series, or Dave, like any day for me. I mean, there's got to be a special one. Although I haven't had a cigar in a bit of time. I need to get a nice cigar. But
it's been
the
a
building
while.
we're in here, we can't smoke in this building where we're actually
I'm
at.
saying you don't have a balcony either, do you?
No, I miss the old deck, going out on the deck and be able to smoke a cigar, drink a beer, or going out back and stuff. But yeah, here it's like we're the high rise, so in the front it's just like road, right? Like the main road, and then in the back is like just a parking lot. Like you can't really sit out there and enjoy it. People keep coming in, opening and closing the door.
Do you
and-
guys have like a rooftop you can go up and sit on or anything, or no?
No, for as much as we pay, we should, but no, this is the one. Some of the apartment complexes around here do, but ours doesn't.
Okay.
That would be nice if they did. So
So, Rod, you just said in front of your high rise is a road. So I would call that a street if it was.
it's a street.
So, but like, do other people feel like you said road? I feel like road's like a country thing and streets like a city thing. But like, is that just the way my mind works, or do you think there's a difference between a road and a street?
I think in the city it's more street. It's just I lived in Kentucky for so long. I'm just saying road
So-
probably. So that's probably why. Like if I would have never went to Kentucky and lived all the number of years I lived down there, and I was just in New Jersey coming to Maryland, I would just probably say street. But I'm just so used to saying road.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's synonymous. But yeah.
A lot of cities use streets and avenues. Like that's how they
Mhm.
separate like
Yeah.
first, second, third, or First Avenue versus
Right.
Fifth Street. But when you are talking about the roads that are thoroughfares that like go through several suburbs or go through the whole thing,
Yeah.
usually they'll say road or route, or
Yeah.
bypass or whatever. But road you hear more often in rural areas than you do.
Yeah, because we live in a
See,
subdivision.
you said
talking
route,
like
and some
street.
people
Route.
say route, and some say route.
And
So
some people say pecan, and some people say pecan, and then some people say crown, some people say crayon, some people
wait a
say
minute, what?
all kinds
What
of-
happened?
That's
What happened with
she
the
said,
what happened with the
but
crown?
nobody else
What
says
happened?
that.
What?
I never heard anybody say crayon with crown.
I want the blue crown.
You're the only one that says that. Nobody else says crown.
Oh,
Google
you
it.
say crown instead of crayon.
Yeah.
Crayon?
Oh,
crown.
okay. I've never heard anybody do that before. That's why.
I bet you have. You just didn't notice.
No, you probably have.
No.
I would have noticed
But
that.
one thing I have, so if you go on TikTok or you, I don't know if it's on YouTube or not, but I saw on TikTok earlier today. It's funny we're talking about pronunciations. Apparently, I did not know this, but in Baltimore, people in Baltimore have trouble saying the word brewery. And if you go on TikTok, they have troubles getting the brewery. They have trouble getting to that part.
Yeah.
So if you look on TikTok, there's a bunch of videos where people in Baltimore are trying to say the word brewery, and they struggle with it. I never thought it was that hard of a word to actually say, but
Well, it
This
is.
one-
So I've talked to a lot of people who are English as a second language, and jewelry, drawer, brewery. All of those are very, very difficult words who have learned English as a second language because they don't have a sound like that in several Bulgarians I've talked to, Mexicans I've talked to, Scottish people who do speak English. They have trouble with some of those. So like the people I've talked to, the jewel, drawer,
mhm.
or like that where it's like a W or a weird thing in the middle of vowels.
Yeah.
It apparently is difficult for a lot of folks.
Interested.
Yeah, I've run into that a bunch.
Let's see. Hang on.
I feel like Shannon's getting her mind blown right now.
No,
there.
I'm looking for. It says it's a thing, but I'm looking.
Yeah.
To read. It says who says crayon like crown, and I need my glasses, and I'm thinking it might be a Southern thing.
Is it like watching
that way, but
like washing wash?
Or
that's what
naked
you do.
instead
People in the South will say wash instead of wash.
Yeah,
I mean,
say-
my dad and aunt and uncles and stuff, they all threw an R in there. Change oral, gotta wash my clothes. You know.
I grew
I'm like, how do you spell that?
I grew up saying Italian food.
Instead of Italian?
It's
pajamas.
not Italian to me. It was Italian because that's what my granny said. She was from Arkansas, and she also said Italian, so that's what I said.
You tell me what? No, I want the Italian. What are you going to tell me? I want
Tell
Italian.
me already. Yeah, I tell you.
My friend shamed me out of it in middle school, so I had to say Italian after that. I wasn't allowed to say Italian anymore.
You from Arkansas or Kansas? That's a whole different thing there. But
Caramel and caramel is one. Says
But you know
most of
what?
the East Coast-
but
most
on
of the-
caramel, but on caramel and caramel, there are different spellings for it. Some
Yeah.
will go CARAMEL and some will go CARMEL.
Skip that
Yeah.
one. So then it says most of the crayon says most of the East Coast and some of the Midwest say
I want a crayon royal. Can I get a crayon royal?
Midwest say crayon. Crayon. Nobody, that's me.
Just you made it yourself. Yeah.
Shannon, no one else is having this trouble. I'm sorry.
Hey, that's what
Oh,
makes
yeah.
it special. That's what
That's a good one, right? I'm gonna say it next time. Like, I want some crayon royal.
The next time we go to the bar, can I get an order of a crayon royal with ginger?
Like what?
I love you bunches, darling, but that's not a thing.
I think I'm not the only one that it's on Google. Somebody else.
Ooh, yes, you're correct, Sam. Schwartz beer will be good with a cigar as well.
Ooh, yeah, it would.
All right, I'm gonna pop open that.
Serious note, that'd be a great show. Oh, I appreciate that, my friend. It'll be fun tomorrow. Oh, there we go. Let me pull you. Let me see what that one that is.
I've been
Hold
waiting
on.
to try this beer forever, and it actually was in our liquor store today. So,
Ooh, Stump Coffee Stout.
Something.
I've heard it was really good.
Who's that from?
Perennial Arson.
Yeah, well, I know that's going to be good.
Yeah. Actually, even it's kind of even got the date on there.
Oh, nice. Well, the year.
I mean, like on their label, you don't usually see that very often.
True.
If it has perennial, it's just like sign me up. Sign me up before
No,
you
I've been wanting to
go.
I've been wanting this for a long time, and
You didn't see that coming, Mal, did you?
You're such a wham.
I think
Hey, you got to have faith. You got to have faith.
Joe
What?
had this one time, and I was like, where'd you get that from? He's like, we get them here. I'm like, so they bypassed Indiana all the way to New York and distribution. He's like, yeah. I was like, I want because I think he was going to try to get it and send it to me because I couldn't get it. But then I found it today. I was like, oh, I got to get that.
Yeah, you got to love distribution.
Comes in at 11.5, I think is.
As someone who has a distributor, I'm sorry, you don't have to love distribution. They're bastards.
Well, it was sarcasm.
Yeah.
It was sarcasm that was being played there. So,
They ain't delivering.
but yeah,
It's terrible. And I can't lift a keg into my car. I need help. I can't lift a keg into my car. I'm sorry. You employ people who can lift things. I can't lift things.
I got one question for the viewers.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if you're not here for this, I don't know what you're here for. Yeah.
It's not
I
playing.
can barely hear that.
Oh, it didn't play? Well, shit. That was a bad moment going.
I could barely
like
hear
doing
it.
that. It was a little Russell Crowe. Are you entertained? But I mean, if it didn't play, it didn't play.
No, I heard sounds, but I couldn't tell what it was.
Yeah, me too, Mel. I couldn't hear it either. Heard something, but I wasn't sure what it was.
You need your volume on your. Sound effects turned up.
Yeah, because you can barely hear that too.
I can barely
Yeah,
hear
I think some of them are just like
Not as loud as
turned
that.
down a little bit. Yeah, as the other ones.
Come on, man.
I mean, I'm just dealing with the system I'm dealing with right now, you know. So, oh, gotta get these kids back in the fields working and get this shit up to speed. You know, get these Y's and Z's out there. You're the tech kids. Get the shit working right.
Yeah, and then we can have daylight savings time for them.
Yeah. Oh, that head disappeared quick. Well, that's
Yeah,
what she
dude,
said.
that's what I was just thinking. I was like,
Yeah. that head was going real fast.
You know, that sounds more like something that he would have said rather than she would have been like, okay, we're cool, right? Bye. And he's like, well, that disappeared fast. I feel like that's more of a guy thing to say than a girl thing. Just saying.
Well, if the girl had big dreams and the dreams kind of fell over, they weren't as big anymore now, I think.
I think you're stretching.
Oh, somebody's stretching. No.
Oh. Let's see. It says Americans can't even agree on how to pronounce crayon.
Why? Isn't it crayon?
It kind of sounds like it.
It's the yellow part says crown, but I don't see the yellow parts.
she said, "You hand me that blue crown." I'm like, "Crown."
You know what I'm talking about.
Well, I mean, if there's one country that's bastardized the American language or English language, it's America. So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Different parts of the country.
I think England did it wrong more than we did. I'm sorry. I think we're closer
I mean,
than they are.
you can't be. I mean, it is kind of named after them, so it's kind of like they hold home field. They hold home field advantage on it.
Their slang, their accents. I think they took it a whole new level than what we even remotely did. We weren't even close to that. Sorry, just saying.
Oh man, the funny thing is the different meanings we have in the different countries or stuff. Say, oh, that means something different over here. It's like, yeah. Did not realize that.
My biggest thing is what they call cigarettes over there.
Oh.
I mean, that's what they call them over there.
Like,
Yeah.
Get you in some big fucking trouble if you come over here.
But see, over here, that word meant a bundle of sticks. That's literally the meaning of that word is a bundle of sticks. Like it was meant for starting fires. I brought that to start this fire. That was what the word was.
And then some hillbillies turned it into something else.
I don't know who changed it, but boy, they did a big old leap on that one. Because bundle of sticks to what that word is now, it's like, really? How? Okay, logic?
Let's see here. Vanessa says on the bench swings around the fire pit with cigar and dragon's milk. That would be good too. Next year, we're going to finish my basement and make it my own cigar line. That's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah.
I like that idea. I put bourbon in my humidor sometimes instead of distilled water. Works well.
Huh.
Had not actually heard of that before, so that's pretty interesting. Yes, I'd associate road with royers. Yeah, I mean, it's just,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Root means something different in Australia.
It's R-O-U-T-E. It's spelled differently. R-O-U-T-E is a root, as in a road.
We don't know how to spell over here.
But we have rut. We have rut if it's R-U-T.
Well, there's root too. Is R-O-T. Like
R-O-U-T. Shani can say anything she wants. Yeah. Oil and owl. Yeah, depending on what part of the country you're in, that could be one too. You can have like a slang one there too.
That's a big mix up though. It'd be like, hey, put that oil in my car, or put that owl in my car.
We talked last week. I think it was last week on this show. We were talking about when I mentioned like the guys that would like smoke a cigarette and never drop the cigarette when they were talking. And that's like some parts of the country you go to and they're like Boomhauer. You're like, I have no idea. You're trying to catch every 3 words and try to piece it together because you can't even understand what's actually happening. You go down to Texas and Arkansas and some areas, you go to Oklahoma, like, I don't even know what he just said to me or whatever. Sounds like we just bought a mobile home, but I'm not sure if we did or not. I don't know. I don't know.
Love it. Love it.
You probably
like,
did. Just so you know. You probably did.
It was like talking to Brad Pitt when he was playing the gypsy in the movie there. It's like, I think we just made a deal on something. I'm not sure if we did or not, but it sounds like we did.
That's kind of like I was talking in Napoleon Dynamite when he was doing when me and he was like, what?
Grandma broke her coccyx.
Coccyx. Napoleon Dynamite. And Grandma said, stop eating all her steaks.
That is the one movie that I'm like, that movie is so stupid. I will never like that movie. There's no way in hell.
Shannon,
And
I'm with you.
But I watched it and I'm like, this is the funniest movie I've literally.
It's so hilarious. It's so dumb. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like some of the stuff there.
And every time you watch it, you always see something else in it, and you're like, oh.
See, those are people that I would want to slap on an hourly basis. So I'm not as amused. I mean, they'll say a couple funny things, but mostly I really just want to slap them.
No, when he does something, he goes, fine, or something like that. Napoleon Dynamite does. Yeah.
I know.
He's like, come on, Napoleon, give me a tot. No, they're mine.
I don't put up my employees doing that. Nah.
Like, I'm ashamed. I find it so funny, but I find it funny.
It's hilarious. It's well written. It's something that just is that kind of subtle comedy that comes through, and you think about it later. It just keeps hitting you every time you go back and see it there.
I think that movie cost them like $15,000.
But they did it in a way that it's like, we know this movie is stupid, and we know this movie is stupid, but we're gonna take it right up to the line where it's not too stupid.
Yeah,
and I think
we're gonna tickle your sense of humor with it. It's stupid, and you're gonna know it's stupid, but you're still gonna laugh.
I think one of the funny he's selling the Tupperware, and he's like, it's indestructible, and then he puts it under his tire, and he rolls over in his van, and it just shatters, and he just pulls off.
Takes off.
Wheels like, oh.
But the funny, it's like, Patrick Mahomes has won 3 Super Bowls now, and it's all these videos online. They compare him to Uncle Rico throwing the football, and you see Patrick Mahomes doing the same moves in the game, and it's just it's like, is nobody going to say that Patrick Mahomes is just Uncle Rico who made it big?
What I love about Patrick Mahomes is he's super, super talented, but he's super, super awkward. Not
kind of awkward presence around. You say an awkward presence around him.
Yeah, just like his walk and his talk are kind of awkward.
Yeah.
But he's
weird.
So talented, and it's just like you accept that. You love that awkwardness about him. But it's
shit. State Farm loves it for sure. Much we see him on TV. Yeah.
Okay.
Making some dollars. Dave said insurance or e-short? Insurance.
Right, yes.
Insurance.
Big one for me as an Aussie listening to American is aluminum or aluminium. So
aluminium. Yeah.
But see, in America, it's aluminum.
Aluminum.
And people from other countries are like, you're not pronouncing that right. Like, no, that's how we pronounce how we've always learned it over here. Well, you learned it wrong. So,
It's like
there's no
they added letters.
Too long.
You said what, Shannon?
At the end of it, it would be aluminium, or it'd be aluminium. I don't know.
It's aluminium the way it is there, but aluminum is how we pronounce it.
We got bigger fish to fry.
It is Lent, so fish fry is tomorrow.
It's centrifugal and centrifugal. It's caterpillar and caterpillar.
It's not centrifugal.
Centrifugal versus centrifugal.
Centrifugal. I know some people say centrifugal out there for sure. I bet that's the case.
Yeah.
The rhinoceros.
I just like when people can't figure the word out, they're trying to do it, and they're just like, they just say a whole different word because they can't figure out the other word.
I do that sometimes.
It's short as Dave. Don't be crazy.
Figure out how to spell it.
That's literally how my husband lives his life.
It works out in the end.
Oh, Wish You Were Beer in the house. Cheers. Great to see you, my friend. Another great channel. If you haven't checked them out, check out their podcast as well. Always doing some good things. When I hear someone from that South say oil, sounds like Al. Yeah. Well, that accent, depending on what state they're from, right?
I don't think I mispronounced oil.
I feel like that's more of an older generation thing.
Yeah.
'Cause, like,
Or they say, instead of oil, they say Earl.
yeah, you throw an R in there. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know anything about Earl, but I thought there was an oil well around here.
They say wash instead of wash, like wash.
Yeah.
Wash. Like,
No, my biggest one is they say naked instead of naked. Naked.
Naked. Nekkid. Naked. They're naked.
How often does that come up in conversation, though? If it comes
More
up
than
too
you would
often,
think.
you have
More
something
than
else to
you would
worry about.
think.
you say it?
No,
No.
I say naked.
But like, remember that time
That's
when we were
what
15 and we went skinny dipping and you were naked?
But we know what we
Naked
mean.
time.
You know, I mean, who's going to be the asshole that says, "Do you mean naked?" Who's going to be the asshole that says that? Like, you know what they mean when they say
The
naked.
asshole who ain't getting any is
Yeah.
the one saying that.
Well, I mean, fair enough, but yeah.
Oh,
All right,
let
boys.
me see.
So I need to get myself another beer.
All right. I'm going to actually crack one open here in a second, but get some of these comments. But that's local dialects, all fine until someone pokes your eye out, right?
Yes.
I say crown for crayon.
See,
There you
there
go.
we go.
See, so it's not just Shannon.
I knew it wasn't. You all thought it was just me, but I knew it wasn't.
Todd said it was just you. I had no dog in the race on that one. I had no idea what was happening.
Well,
I'm over it.
she's the only one I've heard say that. So.
I'm over it.
I'm just wondering if we can go the other way. If I go and say, "Can I get a crayon with ginger?" They'll be like, "Oh, a crayon with ginger." Yeah, and they'll go in and make it. I might try that at a bar just to see if it works.
It's a synonym. It's a synonym. There's more than one meaning for the same word.
Not crayon and crown, though. They're the same thing.
No, but if you go and you say, "I want a crown," and you think somebody's going to bring you a crayon. Anyway,
That would be funny. That would be funny if they did bring a crayon, though. But like, what do you say? Like, I order a crown. Well, I thought you said crayon. Like, why do you have a crayon in a bar anyway?
Be like, "How'd you get this job, buddy?"
I'm with Shane tomorrow. Another great dude. Yes. So tomorrow on Shane's interview channel, he will have Sam on there. So that'll be at 7:00 Eastern. So that'll be a good one to tune in as well. Who's that? That's live. That's Shane Live Drinks with Shane, I believe, is the channel he has when he does the live streams. Vanessa, true story. Daylight saving time, March 10th, the day after my birthday. Wait a minute, is that right? Is it March 10th this year?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah, because it's Sunday morning. So, yeah, March 9th is mine. March 8th is Mal's. So, we'll have to do like a birthday show. Like,
It'll be fun.
yeah, next week will be like a birthday thing that we'll have for us because that'll be the day before yours and 2 days before mine. So,
Yay.
yeah, police or police or popo.
Oh, it's police or police.
Police or
Police.
police?
It's the
Police.
Police.
It's the popo.
Cheers.
It's a popo.
All right, wish you were beer. Cheers, my friend. That's what I said, popo.
Popo. Yeah.
Americans have a problem saying the alphabet. There's only one R, not R. R? Ra? Conversations up in Maine.
R, not Ra.
Yeah.
Rah. What's up, Josh? Cheers. Martha, gentleman in the house.
Hi.
Great channel. Check out Josh too. Vanessa, Centripetal. I don't even see Centripetal. Now you're just putting words together. I know. I'm just saying.
Centripetal.
Yeah.
Centripetal.
Well, see, we're here.
Centripetal.
And
It looks
Vanessa's
like
up here.
Centripetal, but it's centripetal. Fuck, I don't even care anymore.
I know Reby Jackson did Centipede back in the day. That was a song.
There we go.
Made it Billboard top 10, I think.
That
Something.
was the thing. I saw that and I was like, that's a lyric in a song. I can't remember. There's
Oh,
Mama.
what's happening, Peggy? Cheers.
Mama.
Peggy. I believe you, Shannon, but I say crayon.
Hey, that's all hey.
Birthday show, yeah. Next Thursday will be like a birthday type show there.
Yay.
Which we can decide if we do like a St. Patty's Day. When's St. Patty's Day? Because that'll be another thing upcoming in March.
17th?
So that'd be the week after. It'd be like a St. Patty's type thing.
Yeah.
Maybe get like Irish stouts or something.
I feel like it falls on a Sunday this year, if I remember correctly.
It is a Sunday.
Yeah. Oil and pronounce it
Oily.
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 I mean, that's like an after thing. Like that's oily,
Well,
but it's not oil.
yeah, I mean,
I
guess
don't think I can pronounce what he wrote.
Tried to get a rapper. Ooh wee wee.
Hey,
Ooh wee wee. That was like Greg Nice. Ooh wee wee.
like
Teaching math one finds a great many words to say that can be difficult. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Yes, like add is very difficult.
and yeah, minus track.
Smoked corned beef for St. Patty's.
Adding,
There you go.
adding to add is difficult. Not saying it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, paddywag is actually a word that's considered to be bad. Did you know that?
Yeah,
That
it's
was
a-
something learned out later in life.
that's a
Paddywagging
popo
is like a
truck.
bad word.
It's a popo van.
it's a popo.
Yeah, but it used to go around and pick up Irish, like back when it was old Irish were being against
No,
the country. Like
paddy wagon was when all of the police in Chicago were Irish. It was a paddy wagon coming to pick up everybody.
but it used to but the paddywaggon came from them picking up Irish people is the history
Sorry,
that I've heard of the
all the
paddywaggon.
cops were Irish. They weren't
Until the
picking up
Irish
any Irish
people-
I don't know.
You know
I'm
what?
just saying I have some Irish friends that talk about Irish, that word being a word that's not as well respected because of that. But
See,
I'm
heard
not
this
Irish,
from
I know.
the car that was
I
coming from
have
other
friends that
people.
were gypsies that talk about some of the words that we use in our vernacular, like gyp
Yeah.
and stuff like that are
Yeah.
bad too. So you just
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know these different words that are out there.
My
If I could
best
be
friend is on
anything, I
Gypsy
would be a
with that.
gypsy. I want to be a gypsy.
Why gypsy?
I think
Because
you like to wash too much.
No, the gypsies just go
move
around.
around and wander.
I mean, I know you kind of.
I think you want to be more of a nomad because like a lot of the gypsies are based out of a region in Europe, I believe, right?
Hey, I'm just saying that this is what I wish I'm not. I just like their don't give a shitness about anybody else.
Well, I think you're saying it's because they're there one day and the next day they're moving.
Yeah,
on
but
to
I do know
something
that they
else or
steal and they
whatever.
were thieves. I don't want to do that, but
So my
Well, I wouldn't say they're wrong doing that either.
that's
My-
what they did. They fooled people. They played
Well,
jokes
not
on
all
people.
not all of them. Not all.
So
Go
some
ahead.
of them found a way to function in the world that would not accept them. And the
Mhm.
way that they could function was to steal from people because nobody would sell them anything. Nobody would deal with them. So they
Because
had
they
to
were
steal to
gypsy.
survive. Now, my
Yeah.
best friend is Romanian gypsy.
Right.
And German. So she has both two sides, but she's Romanian gypsy, and they did have a homeland that was specific
Right.
to that tribe of people, but they got displaced so many times that it's just like they don't have a homeland anymore. The idea is they always travel. But
Right.
yeah, so they stole to survive. They were getting screwed by everybody. So
But they also,
I
also
kind of
feel
can't
like
hate them
they-
for the stealing.
No,
get
but
it.
I feel like they were all in a bad situation and they stuck together with this group. So they had like this, they had like this place like that with these people and they were bonded by that and they stuck together, but then they traveled and made life work, but they also had a really happy life because they had each other.
Well, they
You
were
know.
refugees. They got forced out. They were
Oh,
refugees.
yeah. But
Yeah.
they were forced out. But I feel like when I think of gypsies, I don't think that they were bitter or anything. They just were like, okay, this sucks. But then they just stuck together and then
Well, there was
went-
a little bitterness, I think.
There was some
Well,
bitterness.
yeah.
There was some. Yeah, there was.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the stealing part.
I mean, they did what they had to do, but if you look into I mean,
I feel like y'all are trying to talk
you you go back to the history of this country, and like every group has done some stuff they probably should have done, right? So you got like
Yeah.
you go back and you look at the history stuff on the History Channel with the building of America. There was some dirty ass shit being done by Carnegie and Rockefeller and all of them, and all across the board and stuff. I mean, we don't have NASCAR if we don't have bootlegging, right? So you don't have some of these other things that are out there that
Rod,
That's true.
people were doing stuff.
I just want to be me.
There you go. That's always the dream, right? That's the American dream. I just want to be me.
That's
I
funny.
mean-
A second ago, you said you wanted to be a gypsy.
I know you all talked
Yeah.
me out of it.
Yeah.
Though. You talked me out of wanting to be a gypsy,
Now you
so
just
now
wanna be
I'm just
you.
like, I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you all my beer because it's also from Shane that he sent to me. It's Muskoka Brewery Cream Ale. They started in 1996, apparently. It's 5%, and everything is in English and French on the can. So that's fun because it's Ontario, Canada. Yay!
There you go.
Sweet.
Well, as Mal is going low, I'm going high like Todd. I'm going to drink Central Wooders and the Pecan Kringle Stout. Pecan Kringle.
Ooh, that's so
12.3 malt
See,
beverage aged in bourbon with natural flavor. What the hell is natural flavor?
right.
it's the beaver juice.
The beaver juice.
Right.
Whoa,
Right, Matt.
whoa.
No, you didn't hear about that?
Beaver
No,
juice.
whenever something is
Wait, now it's not past 10
no,
o'clock yet. You
there's
can't say
an
that.
actual thing here. Hold on, you gotta hold on. Whenever something is raspberry flavored and it says it has natural flavoring, there is a liquid that is secreted by beavers that is used to create a raspberry flavor without using raspberries. It's a lot cheaper, apparently. So there is a natural flavor that is literally beaver anal gland juice that creates raspberry flavors. Just saying. So natural flavors can include beaver anal juice. Just saying.
I just threw it in my mouth.
Emotional, damn it.
I learned that looking up stuff for my trivia because I used to run trivia. I learned that and I went, I will never eat anything raspberry flavored again, apparently.
Beaver juice.
Well,
Hmm.
Rod, you were talking about natural flavors. I had natural and artificial flavors in
Woo!
this bad boy, so you know it's a
Baby
double whammy.
banana.
It was a double whammy.
Natural and artificial. You're playing both sides of the fence there.
Right? Like, what do you mean?
Don't tell Shannon.
There you go.
Oh.
Sweet molasses. That's good. Central Wooders does some pretty good beers. They're down in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey,
Yeah.
Rod,
If you see their brews, pick them up. Everything I have from them has been pretty solid.
I got 4 questions, and it's 9:30, so I don't know how many questions you want to get to, but
All right. Well, let me get through the rest of these comments real quick, and then we can do the questions there. Peggy said hi to Vanessa. Arthur said, "You guys know what a packy is?"
Oh,
I just know
Lord.
the packy for the treat, like around New Orleans time when they do the packy. That's like a little pastry, but
Well, that's what they used to call the Packard too, right? The car, long time ago.
Unless you caught the dictionary episode a couple weeks ago,
I
you
think
know.
it's
No,
back.
I'm not looking it up. I'm not looking it up.
what was the word? What was that word? What was that word from a couple weeks ago? Yeah.
Mal's already instantly turning red.
Oh, there you go, Emerson. Well, that's like a thing that they did a thing where they went around and they were asking some of the Mexican people if they were offended by when they saw Americans wearing sombreros, right? And a lot of them were saying they weren't. So I don't know. It is what it is.
It's appropriation, sir. Please. No,
That's what some people took it. I don't know. What do I know? I'm
Also,
just a
the
black guy in
Mexicans
America.
might be making them to be able to sell to the Americans to make money. So,
No, Shannon. Everything is made in China. We know this.
Pretty much.
I mean, I feel like okay.
that is
We'll go with your
true.
story. We'll go with
Right
your
there,
story.
like write it on the screen. Truth.
No, I mean, so I don't know. It is what it is. I don't get caught up in that stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, we gotta
Package
protect
store,
our
liquor
health
stores.
without hurting
That is
others.
a really good cream ale, by the way.
Oh, nice.
That's really nice. Has a little bite on the end. That's pretty.
So with the package, is a package store, liquor store, all liquor bought had to be in a bag. That's what packing means because Vanessa said that, and Arthur
Ah.
Funny that
said
she brought that
you're
up.
correct.
Rod, you remember John? He always called it a package store.
I thought he called it a
Yeah.
box store.
No, it was called a package store.
Oh, yeah.
He's the only
Yeah.
one who they always just called it a package
I'm
store.
like,
Rod.
aren't
But I think any store you go to had to be in a bag. I mean,
there's a package store, but you know.
yeah.
But I mean, that's
But
what
you know, yeah.
always called
And
it
you
was a
knew what he
package
meant when he
store,
said
yeah.
it, so then there we go. We're good.
But I
Yeah.
think when he was talking package store, I think he always meant like the liquor store.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He did, and that you knew what he said.
Well, yeah.
You didn't understand where it came from, but you knew what he's talking about.
Monty Python Holy Grail is incorrect.
I'm wrong.
That was in Patty Wagon. They guess they had a scene there with the Patty Wagon. Now just go back and watch Holy Grail there.
Well, the car that came in, that was an ambulance. So that's okay.
Yes.
Did they call it a paddy wagon in that movie? I thought I knew every line in that movie. All right.
Apparently, Dee Dee's got you on now. I have to go back. I haven't watched it in a while to see it
No, I'm
again.
gonna have to watch
Either.
it again.
Another classic movie to watch.
Killer
Killer
Buddy.
Buddy.
Yes, he's got big pointy teeth.
Beaver juice. Yeah. Man, that'll be stuck in people's head. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you Google raspberry beaver juice, as weird as that
I wonder if beaver juice gives you a different definition on Urban Dictionary.
additive that
Oh,
they
I was
did
gonna say,
we
I
are
for
not
flavoring.
going to the Urban
I was gonna say, be
Dictionary.
careful.
Look at Urban Dictionary and see what it says for beaver. See if it gives you something different.
No,
Come
Google.
on.
Google.
Come on. It'll be fun. It'll be
Do
fun.
it.
I did that from last time. No, I don't see the Urban Dictionary ever again. I learned my
See how funny
lesson.
it is,
Whenever you
Rod.
bring up that,
Fuck.
it instantly starts turning red.
You guys
Urban
suck.
Dictionary. Whoop, there goes the redness in her face.
Oh, poor Mal.
No, you
Emotional
remember when they had me on the
damage.
Urban Dictionary with the traffic
Emotional
cone or
damage
something
is
like
right.
that, and I was like,
Oh,
that was
she'll never be the same again. Oh, it can be created. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chemistry.
From beavers.
Questions. Some information should not be said. I guess there is some truth to being shit-faced from drink beer beetling.
exactly.
We went from the beaver to the beetle now.
exactly.
Well, you know, blue and
That
green
gives
eye
a-
makeup used to be made out of beetle.
Beaver fur gauntlet mittens.
That sounds warm and cozy.
Yeah, not for the beaver.
No, he's less cozy.
All right, Shannon, where's the questions?
Okay, Rod. So I have 4 questions, and Rod, you get to pick number 1. You go first. Pick
Urban
number
Dictionary
1
question
through
now.
4.
Are we doing
Yes.
Urban Dictionary? It's like Urban Dictionary.
Question. Yes, it can be.
No, it cannot be because of the hits.
Mal's out. She's like, I'm off. What?
Have a good night, guys. Bye.
Rod, pick a number between 1 through 4.
Number 3.
What movie have you seen the most times? This is the lamest question. All of them, but
What movie have I seen the most
what movie
times?
have you seen the most times?
Most times.
Jesus. I feel like it's either going to be Jaws, Goodfellas, Josie Wales, or Tombstone. I feel like
Pick
those are
one,
probably the ones
Rod.
I've seen the most.
Pick one.
Probably
can't
Jaws,
fact
because
check.
Jaws is the oldest one. I've probably seen that the
Jaws.
most times.
All right.
Yeah.
Mal, what's the movie you've seen the most times?
So for me, to narrow it down, it would be Labyrinth with David Bowie
Yes.
or Adam's Family Values.
All
I
right.
think I've probably seen Labyrinth more, though.
All right.
Labyrinth.
I have
I
a
love that
follow-up
movie.
question. Now I'm gonna have
I was
to.
going to marry the Goblin
No,
King.
no.
I was
Mal,
totally going to marry the Goblin King.
No, Mal, I have a question for you because today I was thinking.
Well, Todd has answered a question too before you go to another
I know,
question.
but I'm gonna forget if I don't ask her. This is a follow-up
Let
question.
her go, Rod. Just let her go.
So I was like, my two favorite movies growing up was Labyrinth and The Never-Ending Story.
Me too.
And then I'm like, but which one? It took me
Labyrinth.
about five. Labyrinth, I was like, yeah, Labyrinth is over
It's the winner.
Never-Ending Story. But
Yeah.
they
The
were
Never
both
Ending Story was fucking great.
Yeah.
Gotta say.
Okay. All right, Todd, what's your most
Inconceivable. Oh,
Inconceivable.
that was Princess Bride. That was Princess
Yeah.
Bride. Yeah. Yeah, my bad.
Mine's probably.
I think I know yours, but you're gonna forget about this movie.
She's all in your head, son.
I don't know.
Well, tell me what your answer is.
I would say it's probably Tombstone, followed closely by maybe Good Will Hunting.
Oh.
I feel like yours should be The Christmas Story.
That's just old. I mean, yeah, I probably have seen that one as many as any other.
Maybe not on
We see it
purpose,
every
but-
year.
Yeah.
I think my movie, start to finish,
I wouldn't count that one though. Really,
that I've watched on purpose over and over again would be Twister.
Really? You know, there's a new Twister coming out, right?
No, I'm
That's why I
so
told her, like, we're going this
excited.
weekend to see that. She's like, I'm gonna
Shannon.
be-
Cow.
No, I'm like, we're gonna go to the drive-in and see it because
I feel like that.
when the
Shannon,
first Twister came
cow.
out, I
I think
saw it in the
I
movie
think it's the same. I think it's the same cow.
Moo.
I saw that. I'm not saying it's the best cinematic thing out there, but
They tied themselves to a pipe and didn't die from all the shrapnel. Yeah, just
Is the
saying.
new one just a remake, or is it like a?
No,
Oh,
it's like a different storyline. I think
No,
either it's either them younger or someone that I know it's after because they're doing. I think it's after.
I had somebody talking in my ear the whole time.
Hey, that 40-year-old man was very interested in that 17-year-old girl. I'm sorry.
Emotional
That's just how it is in
damage.
Labyrinth.
Yes.
I think this one is later on from
Okay.
the trailer that I saw, but
Okay.
kind of like if some other people to take up from what they had done. I think it might be their
Yes.
kids or something that
Yeah,
are
it's
doing
not
it
a
now or
remake.
something.
I wasn't sure if it
Yeah.
was. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shannon,
Super excited. My best friend
Shannon.
from high school, she sent me the trailer and she said, because I like made her watch it all the time. I made all my friends watch it all the time in high school. And yeah, and Heather sent me the trailer and she says, "You're on your own this time." Because I made her watch the original one so many times.
Shannon, you remind me of the babe. With the power,
The Power, the Babe. I know there's a song about him.
with voodoo.
Yes, the voodoo with the,
Yeah, you remind me of the babe with the power of voodoo. Just saying.
yes.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm like
got
the
there.
dude and the babe. Because Rod said I remind him of the dude from Big Lebowski. And you remind, your mic's off, Rod.
Yeah, we lost your sound. Party!
Testing. Yes, they can't hear you.
This is,
We knew that. Yes, you're right.
Actually, we're pretty good at reading lips. You're probably fine.
No captions needed on that
well,
one.
he's very he's enunciating his words very well.
Yeah.
Unplug it in, plug it back in. It'll all be better. Unplug it in and plug it back in.
Can you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Loud noises! Oh, sorry. Anchorman moment. I'm good.
No, you're good.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Steve
not even
Carell
trying
and
to
Anchorman
fix
was
it.
amazing, by the way.
Rod, you got to try.
Anchorman was good.
I'm just screwing with you.
He's unplugged.
Like MTV Unplugged, like that.
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
version.
no, he needs to go to the circuit box and turn it off and turn it back on.
He's gonna have a slow version of Layla coming out here in a second.
Love
Clapton
that
style.
song. But Eric
Me
Clapton,
too.
Layla. Yep. Okay,
Oh, there
see,
he went.
now he's unplugging it and he's plugging it back in.
Bye,
Okay,
Rod. We'll
Mal.
miss you.
I mean, it could be because he's on. Well, unless because he just went away.
All right,
He's on-
so we're gonna
Shannon,
go.
start your next question.
Yes, but you have to pick a number between you have to pick 1, 2, or 4.
I pick 1.
Okay. If you were giving a presentation, what would the topic be?
Jazz music
All right. All right.
or beer. I mean, it's one of those two.
Yeah.
But my senior project was a live presentation about the life and existence of Billie Holiday, and I had a 15-piece jazz band backing me up, and I sang 8 of her songs.
Well,
It
there
was
you
the
go.
best moment in my life to have a live jazz band while I sang Billie
I
Holiday
bet.
music. So I would do that again in a heartbeat, no question.
I like that answer.
Hmm.
What would yours be, Todd?
Presentation on
You
something.
hear me now? You hear me now? This is-
So, did you hear the next question, Rod?
I had to go back in there to update and it kind of screwed my mic up. No, I heard Mal answer jazz or something, but
So the question is, if you were giving a presentation, what would the topic be?
a presentation. What would the topic be?
The dangers of drinking.
Wait a minute. There's dangers? Wait a
Yeah, that's
second.
Liver health. Liver health. Do a presentation on liver health.
It'd probably just be you. I don't get caught up in all the fake stuff that people try to do to be somebody else.
So your presentation would be on you?
No, we just be you. Like be who
Oh,
you
just
are. Don't
be-
try to be other people.
I think he said his
Nice.
presentation would be on you.
Yeah.
Just be Shannon. Just be Shannon. That's the goal.
Not on me.
That's what I thought he said at first.
Hey,
That
life
would
goals.
be a very complicated topic.
No,
Oh, you
life
get
goals.
confused
Just be
every
Shannon.
day. Every day. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
Life
footnotes for that. That should be a TV show. Just be Shannon.
What would
That would be
Shannon
pretty
do?
good. That'd be
I don't
I
think
need a
that
little
be good
pitch on the
sitcom.
car. What would Shannon do?
No. What would
Ooh.
no, nothing would ever get done in the world.
WWSD. There you go.
What would Shannon
Yeah,
do?
it'd be
Oh
like,
yeah.
Shannon's tired. She's going to bed.
Like season over. One
Season-
episode.
We should start asking questions and hashtagging WWSD. And people are like, what is that? Well, it'd be what would Shannon do? And then they'll start taking over the internet.
Like, Shannon-
I'm willing to bet there's a hashtag of that already, and it was somebody else's name in there already.
Well, they're not Shannon, so they don't matter.
Yeah,
That's right. Doesn't
doesn't
count.
matter. Yeah.
Did
Is
she
coming
disappear
back
with the questions?
She's walking around
Todd,
looking
what
for
would be
something.
your topic? What would Todd say?
ADHD's
Oh.
kicking in.
Todd still has to answer.
Todd,
It never not kick. Never
Yeah.
never
Todd, Todd's-
stops.
Todd's topic.
What are you doing?
I'm looking for a place to plug this in. I'm
Oh.
listening.
Well,
What would
That's
be
what
your
he said.
topic?
That's what he said.
Wow.
Mine would probably be sports.
Sports.
Fair.
Is it baseball?
Probably baseball. For the most part, baseball. Yes.
But see, I think you would start with sports, but it would
No, it'd be a broad range.
it
but
wouldn't
it'd
be
be like
about it would
it would
it
be the main topic.
it would
baseball.
go out, branch out into the way teammates feel about each other and how they support
Well,
each
I mean,
other.
it
Yeah.
could- that could be part of it.
Yeah. I've been thinking about it. I think my topic would be empathy. Would be my topic. Empathy.
Good choice.
That would make sense for you. Yeah.
A lot of people need more of it.
Yeah, it's just like just because somebody's doing something you don't agree with, you got to put yourself in their shoes and be like, well, maybe we can try to understand why that happened to them and why they're doing those things instead of
Yeah.
just judging all the time. Maybe like
Yeah.
think of it from somebody else's point of view besides your own.
Nice.
You know,
There you go.
Good choice.
Let me get some of these comments here.
Yes.
Vanessa said Singing in the Rain from the 1960s would be her favorite movie, which I know what it is, Vanessa, though,
not
too.
your
So
favorite movie, the movie you've seen the most times.
Singing in the Rain. Okay, that's right. Yeah. Dee Dee said Godfather 1 and 2 because he always watches them together.
Nice.
That's a good amount of time there to watch both of those. That's 6 hours right
That
there.
sounds like my brother because he's watched both of those like a bazillion times.
Yeah. But no Godfather 3, huh? Just gonna cut that loose like Rocky 5. We don't need to see that. Just act like it didn't happen.
Nothing
Uh,
to see here.
There's so many hours a day. You can't get through all three of them.
Cheers, gang. What is up, Trez? I didn't get a chance to get you in there earlier. Cheers, homie.
Surprise.
Welcome, Trez from DD. Inception, a fun one and over. That's a good movie to watch.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, the DD also, because DD was like back in the day, like made Kung Fu. What about The Boy with the Golden Arm? That's probably the most watched Kung Fu flick I think I've seen.
Oh no, Drunken
Yeah,
Master.
audio was out. Legend of Drunken Master with Jackie Chan. I've seen that.
I
one.
love that movie.
I did talk on the Hypercube of Monkeys and the Masters and Yes, I remember the Hypercube.
I want to know what a hypercube of monkeys is because I'm picturing a barrel and I don't think that's right.
Barrel
I'm
Monkeys, yeah.
picturing
Wasn't that a game too when we were kids? Wasn't that when we were kids, a Barrel Monkeys?
You
Yeah.
hang them as far as you can off the table before they fall down.
Mhm. I do it on finger paint, and man, I miss those days. Milk, cookies, and soft blue matte. Get some Z's on. There you go.
Aren't you
It's like
retired?
nap
You
time.
can still do that.
Like,
The John Wick movies are the John Wick movies are great for binge watching. I've seen them all now. I've seen all 4 of them.
So have you seen
Yeah.
it before?
You haven't seen the 4th one yet? You got to see the 4th one. So,
I'm damn worried about that dog. I don't want to.
you got to watch them. You got to watch. They're good. I mean,
We watched all 3 of them at our aunt's house in Tennessee. Like, I think we watched them all in one day, didn't
And
we?
the dog
Like,
is
one
still
after
alive.
another.
The dog's still alive, and they made you think it's gonna die. I'm like, I'm not pushing my luck because if I watch the next one, they're gonna kill the dog, and I'm done.
yeah. 4th one might hit you in the feels a little bit. I'm just saying. GF3 was a fan made. I heard GF3.
Godfather.
Godfather, yeah. I mean, it's the one that's like they didn't really need for the series, and yeah, it got panned by a lot of the critics and stuff. The projection of 8 monkeys in 4 dimensions and 3 dimensions. So there you go, Mal. Figure that one out.
So a barrel. I got it. It's a
Ten
barrel.
little monkeys jumping
Oh, it's a barrel.
fell off and bumped his head.
Mama called the doctor. The doctor said, "No more monkeys jumping on the bed."
9 little monkeys jumped the bed.
I wasn't
One
gonna keep
fell
going.
off and bumped his. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but
99
Thank you.
bottles of beer on the wall.
No.
99
Hey,
bottles
that's
of beer.
99.
Take one down and
Never
pass
had
it
that.
around. 98 bottles.
Oh,
I don't know if
you
anybody
passed
got
it
through
around.
that.
Oh.
I don't know if
You
anybody
passed
got
it
through the whole
around.
song of that. Yeah, you passed.
Hey, Rocky.
I needed that in there right there because I was feeling good. So
Dance
I was,
break.
I was
Yeah.
asking how long this is. I had to have one hand off screen, but how long is that's how we
Oh,
still
young-
measure it, is this long.
that's from one of the songs from back in my DJ days. Young black teenagers tap the bottle, which is funny because the band had no black. There was no black kids in the band, but the young black teenagers was hilarious.
I'm still
And
feeling.
it's a great song, especially when you're
Great
drinking.
song.
Tap the bottle, twist the cap, and yeah, used to love that song back in the day.
I can tap a bottle.
I also like that song.
Tap the bottle and twist the cap. Yeah, I checked out the rest of my 12.3 ABV there, so now I got to crack open another beer.
Yeah, you sucked that one right down.
It was going with the flow.
Yeah. Feel it.
It's been a week. Vanessa said it is a symmetric group of order 8 named the Quaternion group. I feel like that's off of V or something, like, or Dune.
You know,
Like-
I've seen that word on the side of barrels. It's obviously barrels.
The monkeys represent the value of these rotations in space. I feel like I'd be intrigued to see a conversation of Vanessa and Neil deGrasse Tyson together, just to see them kind of work
Oh,
through some type of
that'd be
mathematical
cool,
solution for something. Yeah.
That'd be
But,
cool.
but I want to
Not
see
in a
that
bad
conversation.
way, in a bad
But I
way.
want to see that conversation before I've had several of these, because at this moment it's a barrel. That's my level. This is the level that it's put me at.
No, I'd have to have drinks.
Well, since I took my other beer, I need to get another beer, so let me go do that.
Oh no, he's breaking everything again.
I mean, Rod's doing a lot of work off the clock tonight.
We had a bunch of trouble trying to get on the clock.
Well, I know, but it's still.
Luckily, I keep the beer close, so that works out
I
well.
hope he has PTO time.
Who is PTO time?
You said you're doing
Why?
an awful lot of work off the clock tonight. Or off the screen.
I said, I hope you have some PTO time.
Oh, Shannon, all I can say to that.
You are fake news.
We're going to go back in for a little bit more Trogs. This is my last Trogs double that I have here. If you didn't see it earlier, double nugget nectar. So, session 9.5 ABV.
Double nugget what?
Nectar. Nectar.
Nectar.
That'd be another one. Nectar, nectar. I don't know.
No, it's not nectar.
Are you sure about that? Depends
Yeah,
what part of the country you're in.
I'm kind of
I
thinking
mean,
everything.
Do you occasionally say Illinois and not Illinois?
absolutely not.
Did they draw that nectar?
Now I will say Arkansas just to be a dick, but that's besides the point.
With the crown.
I'll say Arkansas anytime, but
You
I
know,
will not
I
say
just-
Illinois.
The only thing I know for sure is that I
Yeah.
But
It's
yes,
what?
I love that you started with the barrel of monkeys thing. That's so cute.
Mhm.
It's still a barrel.
There you go. It's a comparative. Hypercube greater than barrel. There you go. So what do we got? Question 2 and 4? What are we talking about here, Shannon?
Okay, so Todd, pick number 2 or pick number 4.
2.
What did you enjoy doing as a child that you no longer do?
As a child,
Yeah.
Take naps.
Yeah. Honestly,
probably,
nap
probably
time.
is true.
Yeah, nap time. I miss nap time. So when I went to college, I scheduled my classes so I had a nap time. I had morning classes and I had evening classes, and I had that midday open so I could take an hour nap, and I was happy. I don't get to do that
There you
now, and I miss it.
Well, after my first semester in college, I learned, you don't do 8:30 classes anymore. So 8:30 was out. After the first semester, like nothing started before 10 when I was in college.
Oh no, I did all the morning ones. I didn't mind getting
Oh,
no.
my nap
No
time.
longer do.
That you
I wasn't a morning person.
I
And I had to be
needed
freed up for.
siesta.
What did you enjoy doing as a child that you no longer do? Yeah. Mine would be, so when I was a little girl, we lived in a subdivision, but we kind of had like our front yard was kind of a hill, and we had 2 trees, and I would lay in the grass, sometimes upside down with my head towards the bottom of the hill, sometimes, and then I'd just lay in the grass all by myself, and I'd look up at the sky, and I'd see airplanes flying, and the trees were really green, and the sky was really blue, and it was just, I miss that. That's what I miss.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like going there with you while you describe it. That was lovely.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Mine would be going to the park and going through the trails and down to the creek and stuff.
Yeah.
Or, the Silver Creek or whatever,
Mhm.
back in Lapping. Just kind of
Yeah.
going through,
Being an explorer.
yeah,
Yeah.
kind of.
Todd the Explorer. Move over, Dora.
Yeah, that's right. Dora, here I come.
But when we're kids and we don't realize the world is that big,
Uno dos
that's what
tres.
we're exploring. We don't realize
Todd,
that.
Rod, I don't know if kids should be watching Todd the Explorer. I think that might be a bad idea.
Well, I mean, it depends if it's after
be
10
a lot
at night,
smarter.
it might be a little different.
I mean, they'll learn something all right. I just don't know if they should be learning it that early. That's my concern.
Is it really ever too early though?
So Todd,
Sometimes-
when you were
That made it a little worse. Though. I'm
Sometimes.
just saying that made it a little worse.
Sometimes, yeah, sometimes it is.
All right.
And when you were a kid, Todd, did you make like forts and stuff in the woods, like with cardboard and everything, cardboard boxes and stuff? That's something.
Yeah, you should have seen his curtains.
I was gonna get past an episode with not mentioning curtains, but I guess not.
Here we go.
No.
Good
I gotta
job,
give it
Mal.
up.
Good job.
That was a good one there. That worked out well.
I'm sorry.
No, I would never use like take cardboard, but yeah, we'd build shit back in the woods and stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
the cardboard, as soon as it rains, it's screwed. You got to use wood. Like, there's found wood everywhere. You're fine, but
We try to,
cardboard.
I made little houses of we had like our front porch had like a little, it was like a half moon, and it had like a little flower bed around it, and they used the big mulch chunks, like they look like bark. And I'd go sit on the front porch and I'd sit there and look at all the ants, and then I'd take those pieces of bark and I'd build little houses for the ants.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, is it or is it just sad?
Also remember like going to my aunt and uncle's house. Their backyard backed up to like a creek, and it was like wooded and stuff. I was like, cool. And I remember one year they dug this great big ass freaking hole in their backyard. I mean, they built steps. You walk down into it. It's probably like 6 feet deep, and it was huge, like the size of a room, like a bedroom or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why they did it, because I think they were bored or whatever.
I
and they
think
just
you might
did
have had
that.
a dream.
No.
Were they putting in a septic tank?
No, they wasn't
Maybe
doing
they're getting
anything.
ready to marry you.
They just dug. Why would you need a 6-foot hole
Maybe
the
they're
size of a
getting ready to
bedroom to
bury
bury
you and
me?
your cousins.
But I used to take
I
found
was
like
dreaming.
branches, boards, whatever, and climb 20 or 30 feet up into trees and nail them in place, so I had a place to sit and I could read up in the tree.
Love.
So I was a tree climber. I was all up in the trees. So yeah, I would get 30 feet up and be nailing a board into the tree, and my dad's down there like, "Get the fuck down from there! What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm sorry, I wanted a place to sit."
If mom, if you're still on and watching, do you remember that over at Carol and Bob's house in the backyard? Big old deep hole, like huge ass room size hole in the backyard.
That's right. Ask mom.
It was like 6
Love
feet
it.
deep. Maybe I'm making it up, but I was wondering if she remembers it or not.
No, but here's the thing, and I mean this in the nicest way. If you ask her to back you up, she's going to back you up, whether she remembers it or not.
Even better, they don't look so stupid.
Well, you don't look stupid.
Well, it's debatable, probably.
I mean, whatever.
So,
All right, we got one more, right, Shannon?
One more question. Yes. Let's see. The next question is:
Yours.
if salary wasn't a part of equating what job? No. Okay. If salary wasn't a part of the equation, what job would you want to do most? Like, if you could do any job and not have to worry about what it was paying, like, if you
What
could-
job would you do no
Yeah.
matter what the money was? Yeah. If that wasn't a thing. Well, I wasn't sure if you said salary or celery. I wasn't sure.
well, it's fair.
If celery wasn't a question.
are there wings? Are there wings with the celery?
Might be a better question if we said celery instead of salary. I think I would want to take care of elderly dogs.
Elderly dogs?
Yeah, because nobody wants to take care of the elderly dogs. Nobody wants.
I never thought about it before. That's interesting.
Nobody wants, because you see the elderly dogs, and nobody wants to adopt an elderly dog because they're like, I'm just going to get attached and they're going to die. So I would just like to have like an elderly dog sanctuary. And
Yeah. I couldn't do that.
yeah, but
I
if you
would
have
get
a
attached
bunch
and
of
I would
them-
sob daily. It would be
Yeah,
bad.
but if you have a bunch of them and you look at it you look at it as a way of you're sharing your love with a bunch instead of just one, it's not going to be quite as hard when one dies if there's a bunch of them.
Like the pet cemetery without the coming back.
Well, you can put your labels on it, and I can put my labels on it.
You never saw Pet Cemetery?
Yes, I saw Pet Cemetery.
Well, they're not coming back.
The
They're
book
not
was
coming
better.
back.
Stephen King.
Well, the books are always better because it's in your head.
It
Mhm.
was
That's
great.
me and my brother were having that conversation today about books and movies, and I said I think one of the reasons the books are better is because a lot of it is up to your imagination, and you make it to what is fascinating to you, and it's your story kind of as much as it's the author's story. But when it's just on the screen, it's just kind of like it's all their story.
That's
You know,
true.
there's
Yeah.
no room for your mind to make things different.
Yeah.
We talked too long. I forgot the question.
About the salad, the job with no you.
Oh.
What
that's
job
right.
would you have if salary was no issue?
Dee Dee has a tea time. Imagine that.
Oh, surprise.
Take a
Good luck tomorrow.
Enjoy, brother. Great talking to you. Keep them straight and in the fairway. Drive for show, putt for dough.
I think mine's pretty obvious since I've said it a bunch of times. I know I'm not going to make a proper retirement off of owning a brewery, but I'm going to own a brewery.
There you go.
I'm going to own a brewery. I realize that this is not a money-making, set
You
yourself up for
could.
the future
You
kind of
could.
situation, but I love
You
it and I
could,
want
but
it
if you're
and
doing
I'm going to
it
have
just
it.
for the money, I don't think it's going to be successful. Her heart's in it, so I think that will make it more
I
successful.
want it. I want it so bad it hurts.
If I had She Works Hard for the Money, I would play it right now. But yeah, it could have a success. You could have money behind it. But yeah, most of the breweries is definitely a tight margin for sure. So
I know. And I'm aware
Yeah.
and I'm okay with that. Chu and I are both okay with that. So we're signed in. We got the long haul going. So
Yeah.
it's all right.
I think it comes down to I have enough. It's like you can do the brewery, and yeah, you might not become a millionaire, but you're going to be doing a job you enjoy, and it will make you enough money. And then that's
And I've spent a lot of my life doing jobs that I didn't love.
right. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now I'm like, nah, I'm too fucking old for that shit. I'm gonna do what I love. So that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. I mean, your wealth shouldn't be driven by the dollars, but what the satisfaction is you receive from it is what should drive you. So
You're right.
it's like the whole thing. If you
And
give
then the
enough people what they want, then you'll get what you want later on. That's kind of a whole thing with it.
What about you, Rod?
Oh, for me, I've always said, although that was way before I got into some of the beer stuff. I mean, as far as a job that I would do if the money wasn't a thing, I mean, DJ was always the funnest job I've actually had where I wasn't
Oh,
getting paid for it.
that.
But my dream job is to be like a Guy Fieri, just travel to breweries around the
Oh
world.
heck yeah. Heck
That would
yeah.
be my dream job.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might actually be even better. Mine was
Yeah.
gonna be sort of the same lines, like do a brewery also, or
Yeah.
Or
just be a
like
golfer.
do the
Just play
travel
golf, like, just
travel
play
writer
golf.
thing.
Go
Yeah.
out and play
Yeah.
golf and whatever. Because I wouldn't make no money at it. That's for damn sure. But it'd be fun.
Yeah. We get to a point where it's just like, I was like, there was an old thing that was done before. And it's like, what's the perfect salary for and it's kind of like back, it was like 5-10 years ago, whatever. And they were like $100,000. That's like the point that someone can get to and be fully satisfied. They're like, if you're under 100,000, you're always driving to try to make more to get to the end. But if you're over 100,000, you have pressure to kind of keep what you actually have. And they're like, if you just get 100,000, most people will find most happiness there. So it all depends on what you're targeting. It depends what you want. Like
Yeah.
there was
we're
a thing
all so
there.
different. That's just the
Well, there
black
was
and
like
white. We're all
Yeah.
so different.
there was an interview that was done like with 50 Cent a while back and that I watched, and he talked about like, a lot of people are more wealthier than those with a lot of money just because they have what they need in life. They
And they
have the
appreciate-
friendship, they have the relationships, they have everything
Yeah.
that gives them the 100% of who they are as a soul. So it's not about the dollars. So you could be, not the wealthiest person in the way of dollars, but be the richest person that you may know because of everything else you have around you. And so most people don't see that. They look past it.
Actually, I take my answer back. And I don't know why I didn't say this first because I
What?
always say that. I'd just be a singer.
Yeah, you did want to be a rock star.
well, not even a rock star. I just want to sing. 'Cause I'm like, what profession sells out? Like, say Taylor Swift, for instance, sells 60,000 tickets, and those
they're
people
all
are just there to
for
see
her.
you, you person. If you're on a sports team, they may be there to see you. They may be there to see, everybody else.
Right.
I always just thought
But
as
that's
a band. I always just thought as a band or whatever, like they're there specifically for you, or
yeah.
whatever. But I mean, most usually it's the singer, but whatever.
Well, that was
I
like
always thought that was cool. Like that'd be awesome to know that. Like look out and see thousands of people just there just to see you perform. Like
That is kind of
yeah.
I find that'd be awesome.
That sounds like my
But
worst nightmare.
cool.
Well, that was like the whole thing. Being a DJ was kind of like
Well, that too.
you were like the centerpiece of everything. So people were there for the party, but they were also to see there what you would actually do. And it was at the same point, you had all the pressure where you couldn't screw up. Like, because the worst thing for a DJ is to get a floor filled and then have people start leaving the floor. So
Right.
you got to build it all up and keep people out there. So then it becomes, and from when I did it back in the day, which is totally different than how they do it nowadays, it's computer driven, all kind. Like we used to carry in all the records and all that kind of stuff, and have to.
Yeah.
So we'd have to grab the record, know what syncs up with what, within a few seconds, match it up so that all the music went together, get it right on the same beat. So it was interwoven between the next songs that they would actually go. Nowadays a computer will do it nowadays for you. But yeah, so it was kind of like finding that and to keep people actually still grooving and stuff like that. I mean, I think I mentioned like when I went back to Morgantown, back in like, I forgot, it was like maybe 10 or 15 years ago, whatever. I went back there and we actually caught up with some old friends. We went out to a few of the bars. We went to one of the bars and the DJ had been there working. And my buddy was like, he used to be a DJ over the radio station, all that kind of stuff. And he's like, oh, really cool. He's like, you would come in and DJ for a little bit like that. So I haven't done it for a number of years, but yeah, I'll give it a shot or whatever.
Why not? Yeah.
And when I went on, like nobody was dancing. And I went in and saw what he had for music. I started putting stuff together and people started dancing and stuff. And it was just that rush came right back to you to be able to like know how to get people moving and grooving. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you look at it like I'm making these people dance, kind of like like I'm playing.
And he was
after, so I mean, in a sense, it's the same as kind of like being the singer or whatever.
Yeah, and the guy was like, "Hey, anytime you want to come back, feel free. You're anytime you want to come back and get on the DJ booth, you're good to go." Like, yeah, because I was like, it's just like
it
hits you, and it's just like the rush of everything like that and everything. So yeah,
It's
it was
funny.
a cool experience.
What was it? Tuesday or Wednesday night? I don't remember which. We stopped at this little pub, kind of a dive place, but nice enough. There was a group of ladies, about 6 ladies, that were obviously there after work, happy hour kind of thing. And Chu and I were sitting at the bar, and I have touch tunes on my phone, which connects with the jukebox, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I started actively trying to select songs that would get them to sing along. So I was being very careful in my selections, and so the bartender does moonlight as a DJ, and he was kind of keeping track. He's like, "Yeah, you got him with that one. You're doing okay. You're like at 80% or whatever." And like, I must have done like 10 different songs trying to get those ladies at the table just to be like, yeah, and like start singing along and stuff. It was so funny for me. I had such a good time just messing with them. And I don't think they knew that I was doing it. I don't think so. But they were going, man. They were having a good time. So it was nice. I enjoyed that a lot. And I gotta figure, those moments where as a DJ, you get the whole crowd going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
I mean, you look at it, and it's, with the DJ, you're finding a song to get people in the groove, just like as we talk about beer, you're finding a beer to get people involved on stuff, which kind of me doing that translates over to me kind of sharing stuff in the beer type, but it's kind of like you zero in on it or whatever. Right. You start to do that. And, when you're in there at DJ booth and you're DJing and you start seeing the heads nod, it's like, okay, it's like a fishing, right? I got you in the hook now.
I did it.
And it's like, you do this, I do this. And it's like, you drop one thing and they're like, oh, that's my song. And it ain't on the dance floor, right? So it's just, you steadily build it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a great rush. I mean, it was fun. It was one of those things. And one of my friends from college, he's actually out in California now, but he's still a DJ and stuff. He loves it. He enjoys it. He packs people in. And it's just like, yeah, it takes a number of years to build up to where you have that type of lifestyle. But early on, you're like not making as much dollars. So it's like, oh, well, I'm going to go and get into the financial business right that and everything, because I'm not going to make as much DJing on this and stuff. But yeah, that's such a fun time. So, and there was an interview I saw with Shaq. Like Shaq's the DJ now, Shaquille O'Neal.
Oh wow!
And he said the reason he got into it because he got the rush from what he used to get as a player coming into the basketball game because of all the people, and that got him into DJ because he went that rush back, even though he couldn't do basketball anymore. So he learned from like a lot of different DJs on how to DJ. Well, now he does that now.
Well, he put out an album also, so.
Well, he did that back in the 90s. Yeah, the whole Shaq Fu. Yeah.
Yeah, Shaq Diesel.
Shaq Diesel.
Vanessa said teacher for her. The teacher's always a noble position there. The most picture Porky is better.
I teach as a manager every day.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of people teach and don't realize they're teaching when they're trying to pass along good information to people, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Trying to make people better. Emerson said the motion picture of Porky's was better than the novel was based on the possibility of Porkin circa 1943 author on. When you got to visualize
a bar by my dad's called Porky's. I don't think it's related, but it's called Porky's.
Unless it was in the deep south. Yeah.
It's a deep dive bar. I mean, if you want to go that way, that's dive. That is a dive.
Good old
I'm
Mrs.
worried about the bathrooms.
Mrs. Ballbreaker. If I could just see it, I can identify it.
I love dive bars. Those are my favorites.
Oh, Porky is such an 80s movie.
Agreed.
Aries in the house. Cheers, my friend. Happy Thursday to you as well. As we are here drinking and laughing and talking as we head into the third hour. If you're new and you haven't been here before, let me tell you what we do.
No champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer. No champagne or girly drinks. We drink beer and beer and beer.
How about another verse?
Does this guy know how to party or what? Huh?
With the beeswax, you can do it, man. Yo, got the beat, please walk to the right side. 64, give you more, if you're screaming on the block. Red top, don't funky pills, but whatever we can do, so you might catch a steel top. Just keep the cycle moving, everything speed fine, and the 40 stop, see it till the finish line. Go bottle it, twist the cap, go bottle it, twist the cap, get it, go bottle it, twist the cap, then rest the right movie, cause the movie hold up.
Oh, yeah, baby, yeah. So we're having a good time tonight. So,
Oh wait, sorry, not the right song. I'm sorry.
No, it reminded me of that one. Reminded me of when remember when the Cosby Show had one intro, and then they switched it to just like the saxophone and the music. That's what that reminded me of. It's like well, they didn't do that, but you know.
I may get a copyright strike, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll see.
It sounds like a tomorrow problem, not a today problem.
That's true. That's just all about having a good time.
Copyright strike, then you poop.
Well, not a copyright strike, but a can't monetize type strike. I never get with the copyright type thing. So they're like, oh, you can't
monetizing, so it's not really an issue.
Don't you have over 500 subs?
No. We're close.
I thought you were over 500 because you're over 500. You can actually do stuff now.
No,
they lowered the number,
but we're not there yet.
Okay.
But again,
you're approaching.
Off, so you know.
Oh, do we want to do beer news? We haven't done beer news yet. Do we want to do beer news tonight?
I would love to do beer news.
Yeah.
Are Shannon and Todd going to come out of the disco room, or are they going to stay in the disco room when we do beer news?
Once you go in the disco room, you stay in the disco room.
Oh, I like that. That's like Vegas.
Yes. But we can listen to beer news in the disco room.
But-
There's lots of things you can do in the disco room.
But there's no sex in the champagne room, though. No
That's a
sex.
good thing we're in the disco
None.
room then.
None.
That's what Chris Rock said.
I
And
love
Will
that
Sm-
so much.
and Will Smith said,
Will Smith said, "Let's get jiggy with it." He didn't care.
"Keep my wife's name out of your."
He said that.
All right, beer news. What do we got for the beer news? Three Floyds, a little spot in Indiana that you two may know about.
Mm-hmm.
They're unleashing their bold year round West Coast style IPA. So this is going to be a new year round offering. Turbo Reaper, medium body, 7% ABV, tropical and citrus hop flavors, moderate bitterness, and notes of pineapple, grapefruit, and mango. I may explode. That tastes so good right now. This sounds.
Where are they playing tropical on a West Coast, though? I mean, that's more of a hazy thing, right? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't usually get tropical on my West Coast. It's usually pine forward or like that resin kind of thing. That's
Are you going to
interesting.
rain on our? Are you going to rain on our parade?
No. I'm actually trying to start a discussion.
Turn around. Every now and then. Turn around.
That's awful.
You don't got to rain on our parade. Yeah, I know what you're saying there, though. With the whole West Coast and it's Three Floyds. It's Three Floyds. I give them like carte blanche to do what they want to do for the most part. Except, come on, Black is Beautiful wasn't a stout. It was a black IPA, and I want you to admit it. Three Floyds.
Yes.
Outside of that, outside of that,
Just call it what it is.
so just call it what it is. You just mailed that one in, you son of a bitch. But anyway,
Label on it,
yeah.
like, okay.
Or like Taylor Swift, call it what you want to.
I know no Taylor Swift song, but I'm going to go with you on that one.
No, she just signs their name, and then that's it.
Hey, we're all on our own narrative, and they're all right.
I love Shannon.
They're all right.
Don't we all? What are you eating over there? What do you got? Little people watch the show. They're
We
like,
waited until their mouth was full. Have you been a waiter? That's what we're supposed to do. Like, we wait until their mouth is full to ask if they need anything, and then they can't answer, so we just leave.
I thought that was Todd's job,
waiters
but never mind.
Oh, so bad.
Now, this is some kind of an eggplant pasta from a restaurant my friend works at.
Oh, nice.
Very good.
No, because people watch the show, they always get hungry, and I'm like, this is why do people get hungry? They're always like eating or talking about eating. Yeah.
I'm getting hungry.
Good.
Ooh, what is that one? Let me pull this down here for a second. Oh,
Yeah.
450 North. Oh, yeah.
So it's the,
But the-
Orange Cream Dream
It's having a flavored
Ooh.
water.
Maggie series, what they call it. Double orange, blood orange, vanilla, cream, and marshmallows.
Mm.
And the ABV is, if I can see it on here.
I'm
Is it
going,
legit
I'm
ABV?
thinking
I know, I was
30.
gonna say, yeah, let's see what the
The suspected ABV.
You my reading glasses?
no, it says 5.3, I think. So
Mm.
it's hard to
Oh,
It does say 5.3.
well, it's a lower beer, so that makes
well, I mean,
sense.
you know, it's a smoothie, which is better than the 12 or whatever they used to say it was.
Yeah, yeah.
But still, though, 5.3 for a sour is not bad. So
5.3 from anything from for any smoothie beer is good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Once I got in all that
The old,
trouble,
the old smoothies. I've had 40s, and I feel okay. I don't think they're actually what you said they are. Yeah,
yeah, right. Yeah, no kidding. Like,
but yeah. To Mal's point earlier, it's kind of interesting being a West Coast talking about the fruit citrus flavors because that's usually more to the East Coast style. But we'll actually see when that actually comes out there. But Three Floyds, I enjoy Three Floyds, so I'll be looking forward to actually checking out that beer.
Smells like the
It
dreams.
smells like creamsicle, but
Creamsicle,
not banana.
yeah.
Banana.
Don't know banana. It didn't say banana.
Banana sickle?
Oh, then they should have made
I
it
didn't
yellow. I
It's
mean,
orange.
well, whatever.
Double orange, blood orange, vanilla cream, and marshmallows.
I
But if you-
mean, if it
look
was
at the can, you
if it
think
was
there's
bananas,
Oh, Jesus. Hey, it's not really that important. We can just move on. I'm glad it's oranges. It smells amazing. I'm happy about it.
It's bananas.
Hell yeah.
you don't like Gwen Stefani or something? What's going on there? You just like
Now
see
you're
what?
taking it to a whole other level.
you were very against the whole shit is bananas. That's all I'm saying.
Guys,
Straight up like a creamsicle.
I went
You're
all
right,
the way-
Oh, it looks orange like a creamsicle.
Hmm?
I went all the way downstairs for a beer. And I
Miller
got all
Genuine
the way
Draft.
back upstairs. And I opened the door and I dropped the beer. And now it's all shaken up and I can't have it. And I have to go all the way back
Hit on
downstairs.
the cup of it.
Why can't you have it?
Because I just dropped it. It's gonna
You
fizz
hit-
all
You
over
tap
the
you tap it on the top. You tap it on the top.
And
You
open
you
it
know this.
slowly.
You
Open
you
it
know
slowly.
this. You
not
tap
good
it on the
enough.
top.
I'm wearing work clothes. That's not good
You-
enough.
You tap it on the top and then you open it. You're fine.
have
You don't know
to
this?
tap-
I'm gonna get sprayed no matter what I do.
Tap it on top or just get another beer.
I'm
Luckily,
gonna say
I'm
that.
nearby.
I'm gonna let that's what she said go by on that one. But
Go slow. Go slow.
that's what he said.
No,
I
that's
saved
what she
myself
said.
from the
That's
spray.
what she said.
That's what they said.
And you know what's funny? You guys are laughing already, and the beer is called Hurry Hard.
Missed it.
Just so you know, it's called Hurry Hard.
Yeah.
You can't make this stuff up. You can't make it up.
The shit up. It's called Hurry Hard. And
Hurry
yeah,
hard.
It's an amber lager, also from Ontario, because it's another lovely thing sent to me from Shane.
Hell
We
Got it
yeah.
open and it didn't.
Would they quit
I'm
selling
having,
beer
a,
in
I'm having
Chicago?
a
What's going
Shane
on?
beer evening.
A Shane
5%.
beer evening.
I am 5% Ontario, Canada.
Well, there you
And
go.
it's all about hockey, apparently. Hurry Hard is a hockey thing. I don't know. I just have a
I was
beer.
not. I was not thinking that before. I was thinking it might have been on one of the ED commercials. You know,
No,
the
that-
pills kicked. The pills kicked in. So let's go. All right. So let's see. Beer news. Let's go to the second one here.
I got a kitty.
Oh,
I see that. Usually you don't let the cats in.
No, I forgot the door open when I dropped the beer. I was too sad.
What's the kitty's
So
name?
This one's Sammy. Hey,
Hmm.
Sammy.
Oh, I want a little Sammy.
She's my baby. She's my lap kitty.
Good luck, right?
okay, are we on the pets now? What's going on? Like just trying to figure it out. I
sorry.
mean,
Hey, when you have an opportunity for the cute, you go for the cute. Yeah, shit. Sammy's
Yeah.
or Lily's in here too.
cats are fickle though.
I have all the cats.
Behave or be gone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cussler Brewing Southtown Beer Garden tells parents to control their kids. So, you know, I haven't been to a while where I've been to a brewery where kids are running around like mad kids running around. I got no problem with Cussler Brewing, and apparently at the brewery they set up a little area outside where you can have like a little playground type thing. But parents go to the brewery with it, they bring their kids. They're not watching their kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So the kids become little hellions running around doing stuff. And my whole perspective in the past has been, why are you even bringing a kid to a brewery in the first place? But I understand you want to get out. You got no babysitters. You want to have your kid. But if you're going to bring the kid, that's your job to make sure the
Right, yeah.
kid's doing everything. Don't have your kids running up and down the aisle, knocking
Right.
over shit, busting up shit, like trying to talk to people they don't even know who are trying to enjoy their beers. And now it's like, who's this little munchkin in front of me? We don't need that. We don't need that. We're just there trying to
I
unwind.
cannot tell you how many times I've had to talk to parents about, hey, your child is literally out in the back beer garden by themselves right now, playing with the
They're
fire
like, geez,
people and
I wish they were
propane.
farther.
Could
Yeah.
you maybe keep a better eye on them? Like I do it all the time, and then the people with
No,
the
that's
strollers,
true.
like the double wide strollers, they're mad that their double wide strollers won't fit down our aisles. Our aisles are 88 sufficient. It has to be like 32, 36 inches for wheelchairs to go through. If your stroller is wider than a wheelchair, not my problem. No, you can't bring your stroller in. We have 10 goddamn tables. No room for you. I'm sorry. We have a total of 3 high chairs. If all 3 high chairs are used, you're holding that kid. Not
Yeah.
my problem. It's a goddamn brewery. Damn it.
Right?
It drives me batty.
So it's kind of like a whole thing there where it's like, I'm on the side of Consular Brewing. I'm like, I understand why they said it. And it's like, they put a thing out there, but at the same point, it's not like maybe made this playground area, just let your kids roam free. You need to still keep an eye on your kids and stuff too. And it's just like, and it's funny, like I'll see kids like running through and just, when I used to go to some of the breweries like in Cincinnati, kids would run through and trip over stuff or, you know, it's like, who's watching these kids? So I can understand their point, but my feeling has always been like, if you're going to bring kids, make sure you take care of your kids. Pay attention to your kids. It's not anybody else's responsibility.
We did a fundraiser for a little league team, and the whole little league team and all of the parents and all of the coaches and everybody got together as a fundraiser in our beer garden, and they were raising money for the team. Fine. We had our bags boards, like, you know, the cornhole bags.
Mm-hmm.
Had the boards out for a day and a half, and the little ones decided to jump on those
I was
boards,
gonna say they were jumping on them.
and they broke both of our boards.
Mm.
And they didn't bring it up. We didn't notice it until they were gone, and we can't have boards now. But all the they were all in the same space.
Right. Yeah.
Everyone's there. Why did our things get broken? And
Yeah,
nobody mentioned it? Like, not a word?
Pay attention.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Kids don't belong at breweries. I'm sorry, they don't. I know we
It's like-
have a restaurant, we have good food, but Jesus Christ, it's a goddamn brewery.
It's like I don't mind kids
Yeah.
being there, but it's like pay attention to them. Don't be
Yeah.
there for everybody else to watch your kids while you're trying to drink beers and whatever.
Right.
You brought them, so
Right.
take care of them yourself. Like, you know.
And when
Yeah.
a server's coming through with a tray of food and, you know, drinks, having to dodge around children who
Yeah.
are weaving through. No,
Like, if
none of that should ever
yeah.
happen.
And if you can't take
I'm sorry,
control
this
of
is
them,
close to my heart, man.
don't bring it. And don't
I
bring
love
Me?
kids are assholes.
Me at a brewery, here's how I would actually handle it.
Oh boy.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What the fuck is that?
if I saw a kid there. Sorry, I wouldn't be that bad, but I had to play it. I had to play it because I like Arlie Emery. I try to get him into every show.
I'm really
so.
glad you're really getting some use of your side of what is it? Your
soundboard.
soundboard tonight.
I'm trying. I've got it, so I mean, I might as well do it.
You tonight.
I'm like a sun that's rising. I'm like a sun that's just rising over the hills right now. It's like rising sun, baby. Just let it rise.
Yes. I agree, Ryan.
This is me doing the rising sun right now. Just let it all just
What's the sign?
rising. It's rising. But then the Valkyries, they got to speak too. The Valkyries need their time. So let's bring them all out. Bring them all
Yes,
out.
let's bring them all out. Yes.
Oh my goodness. You guys are silly.
Me and Rod
That's
can
the
speak.
bottom line. Touchdown.
I need to get some so cold beers. All right. So next story we got here. Great Lakes Brewing Company. Love Great Lakes. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland. They have plans for their 2024 total solar eclipse. I don't know if you knew this or not. Oh, I got to get Eclipse of the Heart. I need Eclipse of the Heart for next week before the solar eclipse takes place.
Ew.
It includes a brew Pub Party and 2 special brews. They're coming out with their vanilla blackout stout, which is a variant of the blackout stout, and the Path of Totality 3:13 p.m. Schwarzbier, which I've never seen Great Lakes do a Schwarzbier, I believe. So these will be coming out, I believe, March 22nd in time for the total solar eclipse that will be taking place. I don't know if you knew there was an eclipse on the horizon. Yeah. I've had a few beers, Shannon. Just a few beers. Come on. Shannon is that
because that sounds like something I would say.
we talked earlier about that person that would be in the room to correct somebody, and that would be Shannon. That would be Shannon.
No, not to correct. I just, it makes me feel good because I would totally say that. I'm not trying to. I'm like, I understood what you were saying, and I'm like, yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean it to feel like it. I just love it that it's affecting you the way it could affect me, and I make come up with their own dictionary.
but in March,
eclipse in the heart.
The total eclipse.
Yeah.
Yes.
oh. But in March, we do have a total solar eclipse that will take place. So Great Lakes is one of the breweries coming out with beers. I saw a couple others coming out with beers too. So it'll be a little celebratory event, I guess. They're going to have stuff if you're in the Cleveland area at the brew pub, but if not, you might be able to see these beers or wherever you buy beers at.
450 is having a thing where you can go up there because it's supposedly like the full eclipse to be seen in Columbus.
Cleveland has the full eclipse too.
So yeah, I think it probably honestly like on the same horizon.
The Toller is a Toller eclipse. Toller.
It's a Toller eclipse. Toller. Let's be specific now. Don't be messing around.
The only place you can see the Toller eclipse is in Baltimore, Maryland.
Sure. Very true.
And it depends on how many stouts you've drank.
And you might be able to see it now if you're not, just saying. Good.
Hey, you know what? It's a party.
Ron was spit it out, Ron. Spit it out.
So happy on Ron J. Friends, Mal makes her case for child murder at breweries and wins.
Yes!
Oh, God.
On that one thing you ever said.
Don't underestimate Mal.
You
didn't know? Your ass better call somebody.
Yes. I think that you should name a beer called Case for Child Murder.
Oh my gosh, that would not be good. Although
I bet it would be though.
I'm thinking Android Theory, because they do beers like that. They'd probably be interested.
So what if you did a beer of such a high ABV that you called it Baby Killer because people couldn't have sex after the beer?
No, I would call it. I would call it.
Or they would have sex after the beer because it was so good.
No.
Oh no, it's too high and they can't.
I guess
What's another word
they're incapable.
What's
but
another
wouldn't that be like Limp Bizkit?
I can't call it beer Limp Bizkit. I can't do it.
All for the nookie. What? The nookie. What?
So you can take that cookie and stick it up your shish.
Because we can't have abortions, but we can get a beer that's got enough ABV that can give you an abortion, but we can't call it that. So then we're gonna call it something like something to piss Republicans off.
Babies on spikes.
Or like
and to all babies.
Angry old white man. That's what we should call it.
Angry old white man.
No, name it. Have you ever sat next to a baby on an airplane?
Yes.
Have you ever sat next to a baby on an airplane? That's the spirit. Bam.
Yeah.
Win.
As you sit there trying to pitch this idea to a brewery, I got the perfect idea for you.
I am pitching the idea. I'm opening my own. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
Baby kill. Wow.
No, we can't make it obvious because it'll piss off the
I was
old
gonna say,
white
what,
man.
no, I was gonna say, what would your can be?
So what we would do is we put a
Well,
hot
what
girl
kind
on
of
the front
clientele
of
do
it
I
and
want?
name it Angry Old White Man.
Why do you guys say baby killer? And I think of like a Ice Cube type album cover. So I don't know. I'm just trying to figure.
I got it. Just call it train spotting. Just call it train spotting.
Oh.
Baby killer.
Or you
See?
just put a
It's the back end, but yeah. No. It got it done. Oh my god, this is terrible. Everything about this is terrible.
I don't even know where we're at right now. I don't even know.
It's terrible.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm at a loss. So let's see what do we got here. NFL Hall of Famer Troy Aikman, which let's talk Cowboys because nobody else talks Cowboys, right? Debuts new beer 8 light lager in Oklahoma. So
Tell me
Troy's had
it's
pretty good success. No,
Tell me
8
it's
is not. Troy Aikman used to be number 8 for the Dallas Cowboys.
I know. I want it to be an
Yeah.
8%. That makes sense.
It's as a light lager.
It should
Or
be
an 8-pack.
He should have
It
done
could
an
be an
8%.
8-pack.
Or an 8-pack.
Yeah.
Or an 8-pack.
He's not that smart. He was a quarterback. I mean,
Yeah. You've been hit
I almost spat out my beer.
he's a little concussed right now. So, although an 8-pack would have been a great idea if they
I know,
did an
right?
8-pack. Yeah.
So you
Makes
could have called me
sense.
marketing. You know, I'm available.
They missed the opportunity on that one.
Marketing.
I mean, because of the light lager, so you should have a couple more than a regular 6-pack.
Right.
You should.
It makes perfect sense when you think about it. But yeah, so they're expanding to Oklahoma, and I have not had this beer. I'd be kind of interested to see what they actually, if people have had it, what they thought of it. Because I heard it wasn't a bad tasting beer. If you're in Texas or Oklahoma, you have a chance to try it there.
Who's brewing it? Do you know?
I'm not sure the brewery he teamed up with now offhand, but
Offhand.
he's doing
verdict?
better.
Okay.
He's doing okay with it, it seems. I mean,
I think the name alone, which, you know, everybody's going to try
Yeah.
it. Just, oh, Troy Aikman, all right. Kinda
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
everybody and their uncle owns a tequila of some sort.
when they're not buying Dak Prescott beers, that's for sure. That guy.
True. True.
Unless he's doing a lemon shandy, because that's all he's been is a lemon lately. Allagash releases a new seasonal beer. They're going to release their Surf House 5.5% ABV. It's a lager crafted for easygoing relaxation. It's supposed to be crisp and refreshing, but Allagash does some pretty decent beer. So I'd be kind of interested to see how they deal with that one there. And
No, I would definitely try it.
in the craft beer world now, as you know, Mal, too, where you're with the brewery, lagers are something that a lot of craft breweries that have mainly been ales in the past have had to become accustomed to because that's what's working for consumers.
Oh,
So,
yeah, for sure. I mean, the lagers have taken off. It's been crazy. Though the dry hopped lagers seem to do better because people are still in that IPA mind. They're coming over. They're getting better. But, yeah, there's still the whole has to be hoppy thing. So if you dry hop your lagers, it's going to sell. Nice and easy.
Yeah, that's what she said. Anyway, I'm not
Really?
running out of those. I'm not running out of those tonight. I'm just not.
It
I'm
was a
not.
stretch.
I feel like you throw
I
that-
mean, I feel like it worked.
Yeah.
It did work. It worked amazingly, Rod, and you just keep using them as long as you want to.
Shannon,
Well, I
where
appreciate.
are you?
Thank you, Shannon.
That's what
I feel
she
like Shannon. I feel like Shannon's like a teacher I had back in 5th grade with her little glasses propped in her head or whatever. Like,
I love it.
said. Got the ruler.
You gotta pull them down and look over the top of them.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like they're
Yeah.
so big because I like reading, and then the TV comes on, and I'm like, I can't see over them. Like, so now I realize why they make the reading glasses little, so you can kind of look over them. But
Yeah.
you know, first world problems.
New beer coming to the Carolinas will be the first brewed locally with recycled water. Now, keep in mind, other states have actually done this, but the limited edition pale ale is considered a demonstration project will be only available in tasting events, so it's not going to be sold as of yet. But it's interesting because people are looking now at recycled water for beer now. Go ahead, Shannon. I like the look. look that
because
Shannon
I
had
feel like
there.
we already drink recycled water. I think I'm not sure. I don't even think about it. But now this is
I
a
try not
bad
to.
branding thing. I think this is a bad branding thing.
Oh, there's
When they call it recycled water, I don't think anybody's want to drink a beer with recycled water in it.
Ron knows what I was gonna say too. It's like there's been worse.
Oh, there's been worse.
He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
But breweries are trying to try different things, and
I don't think this one's a good idea, but I can be wrong.
as far as things as being green, so to speak, I mean, recycled water is going to be something that's probably going to come down the line for a lot of breweries at some point,
But
possibly.
what's the only reason you would need to recycle water, Rod?
If you have a lack of water, which some areas are being depleted on water shortages right now.
So, okay. So what's in water that needs to be recycled?
Well, depending on where it
sewage.
came from.
I was gonna say, it could be a lot of
My
things.
point.
Yeah.
My point. Don't tell us it's recycled. Just say
It's water.
filtered water or
Shit
water
water.
from our pipe.
Shit water from the sewer.
Yeah. Recycled water. I'm gonna be like, no thanks. I got a lot of that in my house. No, thank you.
Shannon raises a great point because it's like, who are you trying to fool here, right? It's like, don't tell us it's I mean, we kind of know it's recycled. Don't tell us it's recycled,
make us
though. I
think
get
about
that. Yeah.
Don't make us think about it.
Oh, they know who they're trying to fool.
But
They know
Yeah.
exactly who they're trying to
fooling?
fool.
Like,
I mean, it's supposed to make you feel good because it's
no,
recycled.
they're pointing a big neon sign to it saying, this water's been through some shit and you probably shouldn't put it in your body, but we're going
And
to
don't
label it
drink-
recycled.
But don't
until
drink
it's
it, so it's
okay.
all better. Yes, exactly. So it's all good. It's all good.
I can't wait for
Yeah,
the
we'll leave
commercials
that
on it.
there.
I hope they ask Shannon to help with the commercials because this is great.
Yeah, I don't think that they.
It's recycled and you'll love it.
Some people might be into that stuff, so maybe there's a market for
Yeah.
it.
You never know. You never know. Oh, let me check the comments here real quick for the next one here. All right, Trez, cheers, my friend. Great to have you. Have a great weekend as well. See, all water is recycled. Well, yeah, man. Yeah, well, you kind of pointed out there, right?
Well,
Like,
the
yeah,
clouds do it. The clouds do it
Yeah.
a little different than the sewage treatment plant does.
yeah.
Don't point it out.
As soon as I saw that, I died. I'm sorry. Okay.
Which then brings up the point of Water World. Like, how can they not find water if it's all recycled? Couldn't Kevin Costner find water somewhere? Like,
Oh, that's another one. Water and water.
Yeah, water and water. Now, water is the East Coast thing, so we say water here versus water. Because even when I went to Cincinnati, people are like, "Why do you say it like that?" Like, that's just how we said it was water.
Yeah.
Be like, do you know what I mean when I say it? They're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then drop it, dumbass.
Yeah.
Right.
Quit being an asshole. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like water. I'm like, I guess
Well,
water.
I'm
water.
gonna go color with some crowns after this.
Yeah. You want a crown? You
Yeah,
want a crown? Draw me a sad picture about how I say the word.
I
You don't like
couldn't
me to say it that way.
I tried so hard to keep a straight face, and I couldn't do it. Sorry.
I mean, there's water and there's water and then there's water. Like some people say that too. It's kind of like so like there's no wood. It's not wood. It's not like we're chopping down trees here. It's just water or water. So yeah. So it depends where you're at. I need to get a beer though before we close out here in a bit. So
You do, Rod. You seem like you need like 3 more.
oh, I could definitely go at least 3 more, but
Four.
At least.
it's like it's been one of those weeks, right? So yeah. Let me grab
No,
a beer
I
real
love it.
quick.
Love it. I love it. I love it.
I'm sorry
So-
Shannon, that I gave you a hard time. I hope you still love me.
I don't even remember you giving me a hard time.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
Yes, yes. Like, shit, whatever.
Listen. I don't consider it a hard time unless
You remember it?
unless I'm like that person doesn't.
Unless
mean-
Todd's involved.
Yeah. if-
Yeah, exactly, yes.
what?
Unless I'm involved.
Well,
then
no,
yeah.
I can tell. I think I can tell when people are giving me a hard time and they're trying to be an asshole, and people are giving me a hard, not really a hard, but just being funny and joking and
I'm
there's-
teasing. I'm
See, I
happily
already forgot.
teasing.
Yeah.
I'm good. We're good. You what? No, what's that song by the Hamiltons? The Hamiltones. We cool.
We cool, you cool.
I cool. Yeah, we're cool.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, we're cool.
So this one, I wouldn't call. Maybe this one will be a night type beer, but
Night.
critical assets, 15% ABV from First State. It is a
Dang, Rod's trying to make a point
imperial
tonight.
imperial stout with cacao, not cocoa, but cacao nibs. Coconut. Somebody get Joe on the line.
And
Cinnamon and vanilla. This is one out of Delaware, First Brewing Company. People were trying to hunt down. And I got a review that's upcoming at some point here with this beer, but I'm going to crack this one up.
When you're talking with Joe?
you have any more of those?
No, because if I have coconut and he doesn't have coconut, it's just not a good scene.
Yeah,
Because he loves coconut.
it's over
So,
before it starts.
yeah. What I like about First Delaware on the backside, like how they give you a ranking on stuff. If you grab their stuff, they kind of give you the dots. So they tell you like very malty. They give you 5 dots for the maltness of it. They give you 1 for the hoppiness of it.
That's nice.
The yeast, they give you 1 there as well. They kind of, I mean, if I could design a beer can, I would design something like this because they give you everything you want. They tell you the hops are nugget. They tell you the grains they use. They tell you anything other like toasted coconut.
I'll remember that when I open a brewery.
There you
Yeah.
go. You have to have the hard information.
All the cocoa nibs, the sugar, the cinnamon, the vanilla beans. No natural flavor mentioned. Just saying out there, folks. For you guys that run breweries, they don't have to say natural flavors. They tell you everything they have actually used in this one.
Yes. No beaver juice. Got it.
2-row. I mean, they give you everything. Chocolate, roasted barley. I mean, the backside that they actually give you, they give you the storage temperature that you should store it in. They give you the drink temperature, what you should drink it at. And they also say drink responsibly because they care about you. They care about you in the back end.
I think, like,
blow it up, Rod, so we can see it.
I think that the way you were describing that beer sounded delicious, but if it had cacao in it, I think it would take it over the top.
It does have cacao. It's got cacao nibs.
I know, Rod. I'm fucking with you.
Not cocoa, but cacao. Cacao.
We don't believe you. You're gonna
Wait, is that the thing from Twister? The cacao went by? Cacao? No?
Cacao.
Is that a crow? That's a crow?
That's
That's
a crow. So they should, your beers, that
they tell you in here, be a good human. They say be a good human. Please recycle. So they care about their First State is a solid operation out of Delaware. I'm just going to say they're pretty solid. So I'm going to crack this one open. They even tell you what glass you should drink it in. They kind of got a snifter glass down here as well, but I'm going to use my regular glass here because I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. I'm just saying. But they do give you an idea what you want to drink it in there.
Wouldn't a professional do it in a snifter, though?
I can do it in anything. I'm good. I'm solid.
Actually, you know, it's funny when I laugh, my cat hit her head on the table.
Oh, that crack of the beers, like, it's like right off the ball of a bat. Oh, look at that.
Right,
that's a pour right there.
My way just so we can believe you. Need a second opinion.
Look at this. Look at the head on that. That's what she said. That's pretty solid right there. I can't stop. I'm on a roll.
Have said it and everybody be like, is he gonna say it? Yeah, if you don't say it, I'd have been surprised.
I'm predictable in that way, but very nice beer. The smell, the aroma, the vanilla, the coconut,
the cacao,
the cacao, the cacao.
Woo.
I loved it how he looked up when he said that. The cacao.
I feel like I need some music here to back it up.
I'm sure you got some on hand too.
Turn around.
Oh, bring it in for the huddle.
fast, keep it fast, if you crash, make it fast, keep the cash out the heck a lot, not a lot, not a little. Don't create a problem label, take another long trip. I got the sunny kind of budget, just to get the yellow. Don't sit, they're coming to cut the I get the right to sit, smoke this love, hey. When we're working upon the mic, we rock the mic, right? Like the follow to each other, like a busy till I'm busy. Let the whole thing be busy, cause the boy is busy. Who is he? Yeah, and about to go for second when I hit the dress, bottom, why you can't fit. So tap the bottle and twist the cap, more tap the bottle and twist the cap, tap the bottle and twist the cap. Listen how they move, because the movie go back, the movie go back.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, this
The card ain't
this
Twist
is-
the bottle and twist the
Yeah.
cap. I got it.
this is nice. Talk about smooth grooving, body moving, record breaking, body shaking. Oh, I'm about to go Ric Flair in this bitch.
Y'all good?
Just saying. I'm about to go Ric Flair up in the house.
Get some get some
I
horse.
really don't think I've ever seen him enjoy a beer this much.
Got some horsemen in there.
So yeah, got some horsemen.
Looking for 4 of them.
Baby doll. Baby
Yeah,
doll.
four. No, this is very tasty. The coconut comes through so nicely. The vanilla, the chocolate, the cacao. Everything is in play. I can see why people were like, literally, people were hunting this down. I was at one of the beer stores and somebody was trying to find this, and they didn't have it at the one store. I told them somewhere else where they can go try to get it. But this is bomb beer from First State. This is one of the top beers I've had over the last year. I mean, this is a solid one. So
how many stars?
Nice.
I'll have the review upcoming shortly on this one here. But
Oh, okay. So
Can't give it away.
stay
Yeah.
tuned to the next episode.
yeah, but this will be a top tier beer. I mean,
So what do you get those?
It's-
Did you buy that in a 4-pack?
I got in a 4-pack when I got it there, and you can't find it anywhere else now. It's like
Save one.
blew
find-
off the shelves.
He's not going to. He's ignoring
I
me
need
like
to.
6 times you've said that. So
Literally, I need to start doing that because I have too much beer in the house right now.
There is no
You
such
ever
thing.
like? I thought that before, but I feel like
No
now I look
such
at beer and I'm
You
like,
said that when you was in Kentucky.
you guys aren't helping me right now at all by any means. I'm
such
just
thing.
saying.
No, I'm trying to you can send some,
Sometimes I look at stuff and I'm
Come
like,
here.
why are
Just
you
tell him
here?
your
Why
seven
is
beers and we can move on.
like you ever go through your fridge and you're like, oh shit, I forgot this beer was even in here. I get that surprise like almost every day. Like,
I do all the
That's
Wow.
great. That's
Yeah.
the best feeling ever. There's no such
well,
thing.
it's better than finding $1 in the shorts in the dryer, but it's still like I got more beer I need to drink.
It's not as good as finding the 20 in the winter coat, though. It's not as good as the 20 in the winter coat. That's
No.
that's
I don't know about
joy.
Rod's reaction. That might be better than that.
This beer is so damn good. It's like you get some beers and it's like you get a 4-pack of a beer and you literally hate to a point when you drink a beer out of that 4-pack because you're one beer closer to not having that beer anymore because it's a
Right.
limited thing. So it's just like it's like, oh, I really don't want to drink this right now because that means I'm not going to have it any more longer. So this is how this beer is kind of that way. Like every time I drink one, it's like your end days are near, my friend. It's like your end days are near. But this is so good. I mean, it's just a well-balanced, perfectly filling beer that comes through.
You got 3 more left, so let's not say goodbye.
No, I got one left. I got one left there for the review. So
Oh.
I've paced myself. It's kind of like,
So your sadness is fair. Wallow in your sorrow.
yeah, it's like I'm trying to think of the
Wallow
song
in
from
it.
back in the
Wallow,
day.
just
But
swim
it's pretty
around in
much
that
like
sorrow. Just
Yeah.
swim,
It's
doggy
a-
paddle in that sorrow. That's
it's
what you
definitely a sad ballad song at this point. It's kind of like,
Sad ballad song.
here we are again on my own.
But I know what you're saying, Rod, because I got beers that I've had for years, and I'm like, I want to try it, but it's like then it's going to be gone. I don't know if I want to try it or not because you can't
Then
get it.
if you
Yeah.
leave it there for
Yeah.
too long, you're gonna build it up into something that
No, I know.
you're gonna drink it like
Yeah.
this is the worst beer I ever
No,
had.
no, you're right. You're right. But it's like I want to drink it, but I don't want to drink it.
That's why I don't like this limited edition shit.
Well, it's not even limited edition. It's like a yearly beer or something.
Well,
But
whatever.
I'm just waiting for Rod J to pop out with all by myself.
There you go. That
I may do that on the actual video right now, but I'm like, right now, as I look back to the other beer that's left from this 4-pack, I'm like,
Everything
Turn around. Turn around.
yeah, it's hitting right here in the feels. It's hitting in the feels right now because I got one left, and it's like, that's it. So I turn around, I look at it, I'm like, you're the one. You're the one.
You're
Now,
the
see-
one that I want.
so you know you should save that one.
Ooh,
Because
honey, the one that I want.
12%.
And then in my mind, it's like the party's over.
What was the ABV on that rod? 15?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you should save
Session.
that for
Sessional.
you should save that one for like another year.
You know what I like about Emerson's type is that he put the lisp in his
Put the
text.
lisp in. I was like, wait, what does that say?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Horseman. Horseman. Sorry, I'm a bit of
You
a
know-
lisp.
That's awesome.
You know what? Good thing is if I end up in hell, I know I have Emerson right by my side, so that's good. I
Well, I'll be
appreciate
there
that.
with you, Rod. You won't be alone. You won't be alone.
I'm pretty sure that most of the crew will be there. I just
Yeah, regular Thursday night.
We'll be happy hour 8 p.m. Eastern. Make sure you all join us down here. It's about to get hotter than what it is.
Like, damn, it's hot in here.
Oh,
You need
we'll
another
have to drink hot
Yes,
beer.
yes, I do.
I don't
Yeah.
want to drink hot beer.
Let me see. So on the other beer news, so we got so Anheuser-Busch, they reported better than expected Q4 earnings despite their Bud Light. They keep throwing in the Bud Light backlash, but apparently they're getting a little bit better on a return here. So
news story. I had a news story for that, and
Now
got
that
it.
you said that, I was watching TikTok and a podcast of Joe Rogan, and he had Kid Rock on there. And at the very
My
end, he
name
broke
is
out a
Kid.
Bud Light and was drinking the Bud
No,
Light.
Kid
Yeah.
Rock.
That's what I said,
Oh, I
Kid
thought
Rock.
you said The Rock.
No, I said Kid Rock.
The Rock, not Kid Rock, not The Rock.
Yeah.
If you smell, no.
I said Kid Rock.
I know. I you know how I do.
So then Joe Rogan at the end was like, "Okay, I guess I will too." Drink was like,
Well,
they-
Kid
they
Rock
didn't
was like,
sit there though.
It's like Jesus makes me forgive.
Yeah.
That's why I
I
can
mean-
drink Bud Light.
Yeah,
he was drinking Bud Light down in Nashville and stuff like months ago. So it's kind of like
yeah. It's over.
You know,
So, you know.
publicity. So even Trump is saying to give him a second chance. So I mean,
Oh well, then we
and
have
then
to. Then we have
and
to.
then like the UFC guy Dana White, he's like saying they partner with Bud Light too. So it's like, well,
Yeah, but what did Venom White say?
Yeah, what did Vanna White say?
Just curious.
I'm
I
too
actually
old
want
to
to
be
know.
worried about this.
she
shit.
just turned the letter. She turned the next letter.
I'm about ready to
Oh, she
retire.
just turned the next letter. Okay.
Sniffing pints of beer. I feel like that feels like something like a little bit more different than what actually is, but yeah, it feels like what's going on here, like that. But sniffing pints of beer, glasses of wine, or ripe fruit from a recent study says it could help you slash your risk of Alzheimer's and even treat cancer. So
Could.
what they find in this report is the dialect that comes out of the beer can actually, I guess, raise your sensor awareness when you're sniffing these things ahead of time.
And it
And
activates
hopefully
the brain.
it activates different things like some of the medication to prevent Alzheimer's.
Should be good.
Interesting.
Man.
So, I mean, if you're a beer, like when we do beer reviews and stuff, we're sniffing beer and all that kind of stuff like that and everything. But if you're a casual drinker, like the beer drinking thing, like I try to share on the channel, it should be an experience. Get the whole experience. It's the appearance, it's the aroma, it's all that kind of stuff. And that might be a health benefit for you. So make sure you're definitely enjoying the full experience when you're drinking a beer.
Use all the parts
I
of your brain.
always
Yeah.
do that. Like, Always
Yeah, use all the
But
parts.
yeah,
look at it.
but if your
swirl-
server says sniff the beer and pull her finger, don't do that part because that's going to probably set you up for something totally
I
different than what we're
Or-
talking
I
about.
only have 2 servers that would try to pull that joke. I only have 2. The rest of them will not pull that joke. You're safe with me.
Yeah.
Oh man, so yeah. Oh, let me see here. What we got? We got Horseman there. The Cheers. What is that? Castoreum?
Castorium. So, you guys made me look up things. I'm telling you to look up Castorium.
Is this on Urban Dictionary?
Nope.
Thank
Nope.
Okay.
Just
That's
look up Castorium and see the benefits of beaver anal juice in your
But
food.
you already looked
Just
it up, so
saying.
tell us.
That's what it is.
Why are we back to the beaver stuff?
Because I'm still mad that you guys think I'm fucking making
It
this
wasn't
up.
us.
It's
It was
true.
Vanessa. It was Vanessa that did the whole cone thing. It wasn't us.
Real thing.
Right, you're right. Don't take us down that
For
avenue.
vanilla and
Road
raspberry.
or street, whatever you want to
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay.
Look up Castorium because
Yes, vanilla
you-
does come from beaver something.
you guys broke me last time for me looking up things that you told me to look up. No, I'm giving you a thing to look up so I can share it right back to you.
You shouldn't give them that power over you. Don't let them
Yeah.
break you.
Don't give us that
Them,
power.
It's you.
That's
You were
right.
part of it. Who
No, I didn't
included
mean
into them?
Don't let me have that power over you.
I don't even know what the caster sack is on a
Good save.
beaver.
Good
I don't even
save.
know what the caster sack is on a beaver.
It does vanilla and raspberry, apparently.
That's why
This is
vanilla
nothing like
extract
this is
is
nothing
so
like the
expensive.
this is nothing like the traffic cone now. I mean, this is like
Thank God.
easy. This is easy compared to that.
Give me that traffic cone shit, you ass.
What kind of
Oh.
No,
beer?
but I'm just saying in comparison, that's like walk in the park. That's all.
Yeah, but everybody has had beaver anal juice in their mouth. Just saying.
They
Everybody
just
in the
didn't
US
know
has
that's
had
what
that.
it's called.
Saying it.
Just like
Not
recycled
everybody has done the
water.
traffic cone, but everybody has
What
had
kind of
beaver
beaver
anal
are you
juice
talking
in their
about?
mouth. Just so you know. I win.
Yes.
Winner, chicken dinner. There you go.
Oh. Emerson says, "What did they say about sniffing cocaine? Helpful? Well,
Depends
a
on
little
the
bit different.
So
A little bit different than cocaine is sniffing the esters from the beer, but you know,
that's a little different.
Or the beaver.
you will be awake. You will be awake. I'll give you that. Now, definitely have a heightened, rise there.
It just says sniffing though, so drinking it does not help then, right?
No.
Oh damn. I was hoping.
Rusty Rail recently announced the launch of Roar, which will be a limited edition Vienna lager. I do like some Rusty Rail beers. So
That's the
4.6% ABV Vienna lager crafted exclusively for fans of the Hershey Bears, which is a hockey team they have in Pennsylvania. Don't care much about the hockey, but the beers. I think Rusty Rail does a pretty good job. So I'm kind of interested to see how they pull this lager off.
Rusty Rail.
Yeah. Boston Beer Company, they announced there's a CEO change, so they're making a change there after they lost some millions over the last quarter, and they're making a change there. So keep an eye on Boston Beer and Samuel Adams to see if they start reevaluating how they're doing some stuff as far as their beers there. This guy, beer connoisseur, drinks 72-year-old Coronation Ale, which he said tasted like Christmas cake. The ale was brewed in 1952 to commemorate the coronation of Elizabeth II the following year.
I
Oh,
think
So
wow.
he was
he's
like,
lying. He's lying.
no, he drank it. He was like 76, I think, and
He
he
drank it,
basically,
but
yeah, no, they showed. I mean, the beer itself, he said, was actually pretty tasty, and he gave some different descriptions on it. But it's like sometimes people ask about the cellar of beer. You never know. Beer is held in a certain spot. I mean, and it's held up for a period. I mean, beer can last for a good amount of time. And this beer that he had actually done, I think it was bottle fermented, so it was able to actually age as it was in the bottle, and he really enjoyed it. Not just saying you should go out and drink a beer from 1952, but this was actually something different. It was interesting. So he was over in the UK where he actually drank this beer and thought it tasted pretty good.
Did they make like a big deal about him tasting this forever beer? and they was recording it. I mean,
Well,
it's
I
not
didn't know. I mean,
sounds
they
like shit.
well, they covered them on a story over there in the British newspapers and stuff about it and everything. So it was kind of like they ended up having a spot that actually found these beers from the coronation that nobody knew they were there. So he ended up having these beers, and that's how it ended up coming out about this story. But you just talk about beer, and beer, if it's well maintained, I don't know. This one here, he felt like it was definitely a little bit stronger on the ABV, but for him, he thought it was actually pretty tasty. So
He's saying
it's just
Christmas cake, and this is British. So Christmas cake, is that like ginger
Fruit
nutmeg,
cake?
or is that like fruit cake, or like what's a Christmas cake in Britain?
I knew you were going to ask me that thing, and I didn't. I only have 200 characters I can use for the headline there.
Oh, I was just curious, like what Christmas cake actually means in,
I know, but I knew you were going to ask that at some point, and I was like, I probably should have this here. So let me go back and get the article.
Because if it's like ginger and spice, I kind of get it. It's just if it's like a fruit cake thing, I'm kind of like, really? Okay.
That makes sense.
All right. Well, I mean, I
All
guess
right.
it makes sense.
So he described it as. Let me find it here. Where is it at? He described it as like a Christmas cake, molasses, licorice, and biscuity. Was biscuit, right? So he said it tasted delicious.
Okay.
Now the beer itself, the Green King Coronation Ale, at the time it was done, the paperwork says 6.5% ABV. Although he thought it might have been a little bit stronger as it had matured over the time. So
It's probably like 35%.
That makes
when you
sense.
drink it.
yeah, he said. Now this guy that did it was actually considered a beer connoisseur because he's drank a lot of beers. He's done a lot of stuff over in the UK. He said from his experience, he said it was very strong. He thought it was around 12% ABV is what he actually said. So,
So it kept fermenting.
It kept fermenting in a bottle over that time. So there's about 500 bottles that were put aside and then were rediscovered in 2001. So yeah, he cracked it open because of celebration of Prince Charles being coronated. So yeah. So it just goes to tell you, like beer, like people ask, like Todd asked about a double IPA earlier that we were texted back on, like usually like 6 months or so. But there's some beers out there you just don't know. I mean, they can last for a good amount of time depending on what they are and what style they may be.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. We got Todd back. Todd, there we go.
There I am.
There he
Gotcha. Todd's still up in the club like 50 Cent.
Yes.
Kansas City's newest tap room doesn't sell beer. Instead, 24 flavors of kombucha. So my question was going to be for you guys. I have not tried kombucha yet. I don't know if you guys had. I feel like it's something kombucha.
Me either.
No, it's kombucha. And we have several tap rooms in Chicago that just do kombucha, and it's like a boozy, intense sour wine. So yeah, but I mean, we've been to kombucha tap rooms, and they're not bad. I mean, it's like going to a place that does open fermentation sours. Like that's the kind of flavor you're going to get. But they're pretty tasty, and I think they're probably a little healthier for you than some of the beers that I drank. But yeah, kombucha is fun on occasion. I still prefer beer, but I don't have any issues with it.
Do you think this might be something to impact the beer market if more people are starting to look at kombucha?
I think we're in a moment where everyone has access to everything, and therefore everything is getting known. So I don't see it as a real impact to the beer market just because so is Sprite, and so is, NA beers, and so is this, that, and the other thing. I mean, we're finding out about all the things that exist in small areas because of internet and connectivity and all that stuff. It's a fun alternative. If you want to drink and you like that flavor, then yeah, go for it. I mean, but also maybe try some of those open fermentation sours because I think you're going to love those too. I just think it's another option. I don't see it
Okay.
as a detriment to anybody. It's just another chance to try something different. So yeah,
All
they're
right.
good.
I haven't tried them as of yet, so I'm just kind of curious what your guys' thoughts were on them. So
I do. I may be wrong in this. Someone call me out if I'm wrong, but I do believe they're also gluten free. So
I think they
similar
are actually. Yeah.
similar to ciders. So people who are celiacs and stuff who can't have gluten, they can have the kombucha. And if you can't have beer, well, that is a great alternative for you as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's gluten reduced and all the things, but if you're celiacs and like serious celiacs, you can't have gluten reduced. You have to have gluten free. And this is a good option. It's kind of fun. It's a little different. And it's like you take a port wine and make it a little bit tart. I don't know. It's kind of fun. I like them.
All right. There you go. I've never had kombucha. I'm actually interested in trying kombucha. I just haven't tried it
You
as of
should. I
yet.
think you'll
So
enjoy it. I think you'll enjoy
yeah.
it. It's good stuff. It's just a whole different animal, you know?
Most excellent there. And that's the beer news
Woo!
that I actually had for this week. We're kind of light in the beer news, but we are done with that. So before we wrap up, anything else I want to get dropped out there? Emerson, if I know you're still here, my friend, your question of the night, if you have a question of the night, because Emerson always has the wacky type questions out there, which is kind of fun. So.
I think his question was, what have they said about sniffing cocaine? Wasn't that his question?
Oh, that's not to compare to what Emerson comes up
No,
with.
no,
He comes
not
up with
usually.
some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
It
sorry.
usually comes a lot sooner,
He's like,
you know.
He's like camping on an island with one match to light a fire, but you need a beer. So would be like he just comes up with some crazy shit in his head sometimes. So, which I always appreciate. I appreciate the creativity that Emerson has.
It's fun.
But it's critical assets. Nothing critical about this, my friends. This is some tasty ass bomb beer, and yeah, morning comes early tomorrow.
He kind of was kicking into the Bill Clinton voice there for a minute.
Yeah, a little bit. He kind of snuck there for a second, but then he backed
haven't done
out.
Bill Clinton for a
That's
while.
what the actual Bill Clinton did too. He kind of snuck
I mean,
there
it just
for a
came
second,
over
then he backed
naturally.
out.
It was just natural.
Oh, you made me laugh. So I can't do it now, but yeah, I haven't done Bill Clinton for a good amount of time. So yeah.
You just kind of snuck in and then. Yeah.
What's that, Hillary? What you say? What?
Didn't we have a talk about cigars earlier? I feel like we had a talk about cigars earlier, didn't we?
Like, no, Monica's not here, Hillary. Monica's not here.
Yeah, I feel like we had cigar talk earlier, but we probably should have gone into more detail.
I wonder if Monica could do smoke signals back then. That would have been interesting. So
yeah,
yeah. What was she's up to nowadays?
At that point, it's called crop dusting.
Smoke something.
I'm sorry, that was so wrong. Everything about that was wrong, but I couldn't help it.
It made me think of Napoleon Dynamite. She got those cigar skills.
Oh God, everything is terrible. Okay.
Go ahead and puff on this, Monica.
Yeah. Puff, pass.
Oh. Pass the ditch by the left-hand side, right?
Man, who the hell saves a dress for that long? I mean, really? Like,
right? At least not wash it anyway. You got to wash it.
Well, yeah, you do. Wash
Emerson says, "Okay, it's 1999. You've been sent back for one day. You can bring back as much of anything as you watch in the space of 10 by 10 by 10 feet. What do you fill up on for 2024?"
It's 1999.
Okay.
So we're partying like Prince, I guess, because it's 1999.
I've been sent back to 1999 for one day.
You can bring back as much of anything as you want, as you watch in the space, or as you want. Is it
Want
as you want
yeah.
in the space of a 10 by 10 by 10? I'm reading it for Shannon, so she's sitting over there on the couch. So
I feel like this is a
what do you
mind
follow
twister.
for?
Should only
So-
remember what happened in 1999.
So
Oh,
would
wait a
be-
minute. He says you can bring back as much of anything you want, not watch in the
That's
space.
what I thought. Yeah, I thought it was want. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would be hitting up sports and rock memorabilia and grabbing some antiques and locking them up in the 10 by 10 by 10 space so I could grab them now and sell them. I would also be placing some bets. If I knew I was going back to 1999, I'd be looking at, Super Bowl and the major sports things. And
Yeah.
I'd be hitting up those bets. But yeah, and mostly it would be sports and rock memorabilia. Try to make a little buck later.
Would you get into the death pools? Because you know who had died between 1999 and 2024, so you can make some money in the death pools as
there you
well.
Yeah, I don't do that as much. That's
I'm like,
not
I'm gonna
really
need
my game.
I'm gonna need this on Betty White right now.
I know, right? Like just a little bit before the 100th. Are you fucking kidding? Like had the whole thing planned? Come on, just like 20 more days, and you would have had the. God damn it! Sorry, I'm okay. It just makes me angry because Golden Girls for fucking ever. This is my crochet kit for the Golden Girls. Not kidding. Betty White's amazing. I love her.
Yeah, Betty White was awesome. It's so funny that the one that played B. Arthur's mom was the youngest of all of them.
I know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she was the first one to die.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
was actually the first one to die.
Yep. Sophia.
Yes.
Yeah, and Rue came next, and then B, and then
I was gonna say, is Ruth still alive? I didn't know if she died.
no,
or not. Yeah,
she passed a while ago.
yeah.
Are any of them still alive? I don't think.
No, Betty was the last one.
Betty was the last of them.
I thought. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Betty was the last one. Sad.
Yeah,
You
I remember
can't
watching
end
that
on a
show.
sad note. You can't end
I
on a
remember
sad-
watching that show on Saturday nights. I remember watching the Golden Girls and Empty Nest.
That was Shannon's mom's favorite, wasn't it?
Wait, I have
Yeah.
a question.
Wasn't that her favorite?
No.
She played a theme song for me the other day, and I didn't know what it was from, and it was
was
"Believe
that
It
the-
or Not,
am I thinking of?
I'm Walking
Oh,
on
that's
Air."
Greatest American Hero.
Thank you. I could not
Yeah.
hear. I never
Greatest
saw the
American
show.
Hero.
But yeah, he
Yeah.
played that theme song for me the other day. He's like, "Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is?" I'm like, "I don't know what this is." So thank you for telling me. So now I will know in the future. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a classic show back in the day.
I know
You were
that
too
was-
young. You were probably too young for that one.
You know what? It's not about too young because I went back and watched old stuff like my whole life. I didn't watch like the new stuff ever. The waiting a
Yeah.
week was not fun for me. But yeah, I watched all the old stuff. I mean, honestly, my music taste leaned towards the 20s and 30s, for goodness sakes. My TV taste
Oh
leaned
goodness.
pretty far back too. If I could listen to nothing but Billie Holiday and the Andrews Sisters, that would be my heaven.
Boogie
It's
Woogie Boogaloo Boy from Company B. I know that one.
exactly.
I did watch a little Shirley Temple and Abbott Costello back in the day. I'm just saying.
Oh, Shirley Temple, Abbott and Costello. Oh my God! Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That's
Yeah, I watched a little bit. Back in the day. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Marx Brothers were my life.
Yeah,
Honestly, that's
yeah.
how I learned comedy. Was the Marx
Animal
Brothers.
Crackers. Yeah.
Oh,
I watched
Animal
a little
Crackers and
bit.
Horse Feathers and Duck Soup and A Night at the Opera. Oh my God, I love the Marx Brothers.
Watched a little Lucille Ball back in the day.
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
I mean,
for sure,
yeah.
for sure. No, I went far back for
When
most.
you're
of my life.
when you're Gen X, TV is your friend back in the day. So yeah. I don't know what Shannon said because she's across the room right now.
Say,
And your parents.
and your parents. She said.
Hey, your parents what?
I don't
He
know.
said TV was your friend. I said, and your parents.
Oh,
Well, we were
shit.
latchkey
Oh.
kids. Parents were at work. We were latchkey kids.
My dad
Yes.
only listened to 1970s rock and only watched like All in the Family. Like that was his jam. I was not there at all. I was elsewhere.
Yeah.
I was further back than him.
1970s rock, Dust in the
Oh, yeah.
Wind,
Well,
Kansas.
he
I
was
learned to play pool. I learned to play pool to that song. I learned to play pool to Dust in the Wind, Kansas, back in the day.
He thought Kansas was candy ass, but
Well,
but yeah,
I mean,
he was like Aerosmith and
yeah,
AC/DC and
AC/DC, yeah.
he loved Ozzy Osbourne. Of
I
course.
can still remember when I was a kid. So we had a station. It was WMMR. It was 93.3, I believe, and they would do different album type stuff when album releases would happen. And I can still remember the night I was at my grandmother's house and I was up in the room. I was supposed to be going to sleep, but I was listening to radio before I went to sleep, which is, one of the reasons why I love being a DJ, because I got into music at the young age and stuff. And I would listen to rock, I would listen to rap, and I listen to all kinds of stuff. But WMR was a hard rock station. And it's like, new debut. And it was like 1980 something. And it was Back in Black, AC/DC.
Oh.
And they premiered it with Hell's Bells.
Bells, yep.
And I remember hearing it and just like becoming glued to the song.
Yep.
Just because the composition of it, and it just draws you in. Like if you ever listen to the Back in Black album, there's so many good things that are written on that it just pulls you in. And if you've got like, and I'm going to say I'll say like a musician ear or whatever it may be, but if you're into music, that album was a well-composed album and stuff. So Back in Black led me into all the other different things that were on that album. But it was just like, when you heard it, it was just like, for me, like an epiphany of just hearing these different things that were actually being done in this song.
Well, the album started with a teaser, and then you had some like chill songs, and then you had a couple that just rocked your damn world, and then they'd pull back again, and then they would come out with something just blasted you away. I mean, it was a roller coaster. Like that album was beautiful how it was set, because it was like the fish hook was in you, and you just pulled forward and you moved back based on what they did. It was beautiful. They did such a great job with that album.
Yeah. I mean, I can listen to AC/DC, Hell's Bells, the Back in Black album, the same way I could listen to Run DMC and their album. And it was just like, it was just the construction of the different music that was actually done. And that was probably the first time I started to really get into music and hearing stuff. Like Queen, The Game, that was one of my favorite albums as a kid. I still have that on vinyl here. Like, one of my favorite songs, even on the album, was like Don't Try Suicide, which a lot of people like crazy little thing. And they're like, Another One Bites Dust, but Don't Try Suicide was one of my favorite songs off the album they had actually done.
Yep.
And hearing just some of the different stuff that was actually being done then, it's kind of like my appreciation of music just grew from that point.
For sure.
Just hear the stuff artists were doing. Like I would watch the Kiss movies back in the day when Kiss would have the albums, they would do the movies on TV just to hear the music they would do in the movie. Like, it was just like something different. So.
And there are some soundtracks that always stand above the others. I mean, what's the high school, had Cherry Bomb, and like the 70s one that was like the big theme. The soundtrack for this one movie was like insanely good, and I can't think of it off the top of my head. It's driving me crazy because it had Matthew McConaughey in it.
Oh,
he was the driver.
I know what you're talking about. Oh, I know what you're talking about.
What's the movie? It's gonna drive me crazy.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
Of course.
Shit.
It had a lot of famous people in it, like when they were young, before they were, like actual named people. But and then the Queen of the Damned soundtrack was exceptional.
Oh, Queen of the Damned,
That was a freaking great soundtrack. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And the movie had good music too, but of course the artist who sang all the songs in the movie was under a different contract and couldn't sing any of the songs on the album, so they had to get other artists to sing the songs on the album, which was unfortunate. I feel bad for that artist because he sang his heart out in the movie, but it was a damn good album.
I feel like back then there
Who's
were
that
so many
movie?
Hang
there
on.
were so many good things that were done with movie soundtracks they don't have nowadays. It's kind of like back then, like the whole movie soundtrack was just awesome things to enjoy.
In the 80s or late 80s or early 90s.
What was it? It was Dazed and Confused?
Yes, Days and
Yes,
Confused.
Dazed and
Yes.
Confused.
That's what was on my lips
That
too.
album
Daisy,
is
yeah.
one of the top albums ever, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, just they had great music on there.
Yeah.
You could argue Ferris Bueller had an excellent album as well.
Ferris Bueller did all right. I mean,
You want to know what's something interesting? And this just happened to me the other day. I was with my co-manager, and we had to go to the bank for change for work, and we had to go to ship off some shirts or something. I don't remember what we were doing, but he said, "Hey, take a detour, go down this street into this neighborhood." And I was like, "Okay." So we go down this street into this neighborhood, and he points at this one house, and he says, "That's a Ferris Bueller house." I went, "I'm sorry, what?" And he said, "Look, the garage hanging over the ravine, that glass garage, that's the one that the car drove out of into that ravine. That's Ravinia. That is where I work.
that is
Is
funny.
the Ferris Bueller house." And I didn't know that, and I was really excited to find that out. So yeah, the Ferris Bueller house is literally a house that still exists in the town that I work in. So that was kind of fun. So he was like, "You didn't know that. You got to know this stuff about your town." I'm like, "Cool." So yeah, I got to see. You can see the garage like that. That's on the like the pylons over the ravine, and it's all glass walls. Yeah, that exists. That's a place that someone lives there. So
Like
weird.
Rooney
I know.
Bueller.
Yeah. So yeah, the car that drove into the ravine drove into the ravine that Ravinia is named for, where my brewery is.
There you
Super
go.
That's funny.
That made me very happy. And
That's
then the quarry that the Groundhog's Day, when he drove into the quarry with the he's like, "Don't drive angry," with the groundhog on his lap. That quarry was by my house too. So
Oh, there you go.
You know, it's funny. I think back on my past, and I'm like, movies growing up of coming to age, being a Gen Xer, and I think Ferris Bueller, I think Breakfast Club.
yep.
But I think the one that stands out the most for me is probably Risky Business.
Really? Why
I
that
feel
one?
like Risky Business with Tom Cruise
Yeah.
and his friend, and the line is, "If you can't say it, you can't do it." And it was like the whole "fuck it" line, right? Like, if you can't say it, you can't do it. And I feel like for my generation, that became like a motto, like, you know, it just stuck with it. And then that whole thing, and just like,
Well, that's why the generation that came
go
right
for
after me
who
said,
you
"Don't
want,
try."
go for who you want to be. Go for who you want to be.
Yes.
Not what anybody else wants you to be, you know, because he's like under the pressure of his parents and trying to go to school and trying to please everybody. He's like, "I just want to be Joel." Like I said, if there was ever a movie that they said, "Rod J, any movie you've ever seen, is there one movie you would want to see a sequel to?" It would be Risky Business. I would like to see where Joel ended up in his life, because I feel like I feel like that would be a great sequel to actually have out there. And it was just one of those movies that when I saw when I was younger of coming to age, and that was like, that's the movie that grabbed me. That's a movie that would be like,
I can see
you know,
that.
it's just like, fuck it. Like, I can only do what I can do, right? So you try to do what you can and not try to satisfy other appetites. And just like, if you can't handle it, then that's on you. I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's all I can do.
Right.
But see, that's the Gen X view.
Yeah.
And Gen Y that came right after you was like, "Well, they've already done everything, so what's the point?" That was me.
Well, they're trying to find shortcuts at that point, but
Yeah,
it's kind of
No,
like, yeah.
I wasn't trying to find
Yeah.
shortcuts. I was
Beat
just
around
like,
the bush.
they've already done all the things. What can I do? I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. And then my movie was Labyrinth, which, you know, it was, you know, do the magic dance was my thing. Do the magic dance.
Is Labyrinth that much
Huge
more than
magic.
Willow? I mean, I remember Willow being in our generation, but I don't know if Labyrinth is that much different. I know it's like a sci-fi fantasy type thing, but I'm like,
Yeah. It was the
Yeah.
Goblin King takes away the little baby from the teenage girl because she says she doesn't want to babysit. He takes away the baby, and she has 13 hours to solve the labyrinth to get the baby back, or he becomes a goblin and she becomes his bride. That was the story. Just saying.
I've
And
seen
she
it.
was
I
17.
feel like it was
He
baby
must have
back.
been
It should have been. It should have
35.
been.
He must have been 35 at that point. She was 17, the actress, Jessica Connolly. So
Mm.
marriage.
I'm just thinking
baby,
if it was baby back, it should have been just a whole Chili's commercial. I want my baby
Baby
back,
back.
baby back, baby back. I want my baby back.
Chili's baby back ribs.
And the movie could have been over just like that.
Barbecue
Yeah.
sauce. Don't forget the barbecue sauce.
Don't forget the barbecue sauce.
Don't forget the barbecue
begins.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well then, we are at 11:36. So
10:36. Sorry.
yeah, in the Midwest, but we're actually in the East Coast, me and Todd at least. So
10:36.
I think we hit the point to go ahead and shut this down, although Emerson tries to get one more last comment in. Don't get me started on risky business. Director was bullied to make an alternate ending, and in doing so stole from being a very good movie, from being a prophetic work of genius, predicting the age. I think it was a good movie the way it did. I don't know what the alternate ending would have been, but I think it had the door open to do a sequel, like what Joel may have done in the future from what he had learned from that period of time.
Well, I feel like the alternate ending was slightly less risky, so I don't know.
I don't know what the alternate ending was. You know what the alternate ending was, do you?
Risky business. If the alternate ending was less risky. Come on,
Yeah,
come
well.
on, give me the funny. Give me. I had a funny. It was less
Ah.
risky. Give me the funny. I had a funny.
Well,
It was
I don't
funny.
even.
It
I
was
feel
clever.
like
It was clever enough that you didn't know it.
it was a good movie that they. I mean, the setup. They could still do a sequel to it and be like, where Joel is at this point. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Joe Pontilano was good at the
like
pimp
Joe,
dude. Rebecca De Mornay. Yeah. Oh, it was Remorse. I didn't know what the original. I gotta look now. I gotta look up to what the original ending was. So maybe it turned out a little better. But it's Hollywood, so Hollywood was a good ending. But
I will be honest. I don't think I've seen that movie.
you never see Risky Business?
I didn't watch a lot of movies. Honestly, I wasn't a movie watcher. That
Yeah.
wasn't a thing that I ever really got into. So there's a lot of movies
Yeah.
that, like, for example, Ferris Bueller, that I just saw the house. I haven't actually watched that movie.
What? What?
I didn't watch movies. I never watched
watched
movies
Bueller?
because every time someone said, "Hey, let's
Bueller?
watch a movie," I was like, "I have 7 or 8 things that I could accomplish in that time. I'm not going to watch a movie," so I didn't. I did things instead. Like
Have you ever seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High? No. Oh, we got to talk. We need to get you.
You're,
We
I
need-
wasn't a movie watcher. I wasn't a movie watcher.
You're done.
I told you about me going back through the Academy Award winners and seeing In the Heat of the
Macaulay.
Night, which I had never seen. And I wanted to watch Gone with the
You wanna
Wind,
want some
which
pizza?
I don't have it free anywhere right now. So maybe I'll get to it at some point. But like, there's a lot of movies I haven't seen because I didn't watch movies. I never watched.
We got to get you up to speed on movies, because there's some movies you should definitely be checking out.
I was always doing stuff. I was so busy all the time that I never getting me to
I
sit
get
down and
that.
watch movies.
I get that. But like, have you never seen Goodfellas? Have you seen The Shining? Have you ever seen
Shining, I've
Jaws?
No,
Okay.
Shining, I haven't seen Goodfellas. What was the other one?
Jaws.
Oh, that I saw that one.
Have you seen Orca?
I still have a tough fear of sharks. What?
You ever seen Orca?
Yeah, that's the one where the kid freed the. No, that's Free Willy. That's not the same. Those are different.
It was hard.
It was a whale, but not the white whale. But yeah.
Well, it was the same breed of whale. I mean, give me points for that at least. But what's Orca? Was that a killing whale?
It's a killer whale, but you have to see the movie to understand it. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out. Like, we got to get you to Pulp Fiction. Have you seen Pulp Fiction?
I saw most of it.
So
How do you
no.
see most of it, not see the whole thing?
I might have fell asleep.
Like, what did you get up? You fell
Oh,
asleep on
sleep.
Pulp Fiction.
I might have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me.
Well, we know you've seen the Holy Grail, so we're good on that part.
I have.
We know we got to see
Monty
down that.
Python I got the Monty Python.
You never
Most
seen
of the
Casino?
Huh?
Casino? Scarface?
Oh.
You've never seen Scarface?
I saw
Really?
Scent of a Woman. Doesn't that have the same guy in it?
I'll give you that.
I mean, it's close. Yeah, close enough. Yeah.
It has the same guy, right? Am I right? Am I right? Is it the same guy or am I wrong?
It is
It's the same guy. Okay, Al Pacino.
Pacino.
That
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
I saw him in things.
Cheers, Phil. Happy Friday to you, my friend.
They're
Have
making
you seen
fun of me.
have you seen Heat with Val Kilmer and Pacino and De Niro? Oh yeah. We gotta have a movie session with Mal at some point here, folks. I'm just like, I'm
never watched any of the gangster type movies ever.
I mean, wait. I saw Ocean's 11, and I saw wait, I saw the Magicians one where they were stealing stuff. That's
okay.
Okay.
I did
Mal
see.
is Ocean's
I saw
11,
the first
that's not-
Godfather. I saw the first one.
But never the second.
And I saw oh gosh, the Irish guys that just shot everybody. No, the Irish they were Irish.
More specific.
The Irish
They had
guys
the
shot
tattoos.
everybody.
No, the
Which
Irish
one?
guys, and they had the tattoos, and they shot in different like oh god, and they did the peep show, and they shot people. Shit, what's
Are you
it called?
talking about
How
Irish
old?
guys?
Oh, you're talking about
Boondock Saints.
yeah,
saw Boondock
Oh.
that's a good movie. So
And
I
I saw the one with John Travolta where they exploded the cat, and Samuel L. Jackson? I think it was Samuel L. Jackson. And they were in a room and they were fighting and they were angry, and one of them was slamming his gun on the table, and the kitty got poofed, and it was bad. I saw that one. I
know what that one was there, but Samuel Jackson did a lot of good stuff. So
Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed you saw Boondock Saints.
Exactly.
that
I
one.
haven't seen
I mean, I'm impressed with that one.
And the guy who
I haven't seen that one.
oh the one of the newer Batmans, that guy, he
Christian Bale. Mhm.
yes, he did a movie where he wore a white suit and he just killed all the people.
American Psycho. That was a good movie. I'm impressed.
American Psycho, he wore a black suit and he had his little.
No, he wore a white suit. He cleaned up the hooker kill.
No, you're talking about the raincoat. That doesn't count. No, I'm talking about a
Oh.
white suit. He was an assassin, and he wore the white suit, and he went into this business and just shot everybody in the business. And I don't remember what that.
You sure it's Christian Bale?
It was Christian Bale because he's the one from American Psycho, and I liked American Psycho because he played Huey Lewis in the news when he killed people, and that was fun.
Okay, I don't know if Huey Lewis feels the same way, but okay.
I saw that one and it was fun. I like that one. I've seen most of the Batman movies. I don't watch the other superhero movies because fuck superheroes. I am an anti-person for superheroes in general. So I don't really watch the Marvel and DC stuff.
You never seen Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr.?
No.
Oh, you never seen Blade with Wesley Snipes? Wow.
I've seen snippets of Blade, but I haven't
Okay.
seen the whole thing. But I liked him as that character. I thought he was really fun.
Yeah, he was good as Blade.
I've seen most of the stuff with Morgan Freeman because I like him.
Okay.
And I've seen every movie that Baz Luhrmann ever did because I like him.
Who?
Baz Luhrmann was a director. He did Moulin Rouge and Strictly Ballroom, and he did weird Australian crazy stuff. But he has really cool artistic.
Like some of the musical type stuff.
Oh yeah, I like the musicals
Yeah.
in general, but I hated Sound of Music.
Cheers, Joe.
Hey
Yeah.
Joe.
What's up, Joe?
Joe's at sea. Yeah, Saturday. I'm looking forward to it, my friend, for sure. So I think Joe's still at work right now as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be a fun time.
My movie watching is dangerously under par. That's not the right word, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
underdeveloped.
It's tough to get time in on stuff, but I mean, I feel like there's some things you should definitely try to see because they're like
So-
classics. Yeah. Yeah.
I saw Cocktail. I saw that one.
That's not one you should have tried to see.
Well, I mean, they did the cool stuff with the drinks, and I work at a bar, so the cool stuff with the drinks made sense.
I know the whole Flair bartending and Tom Cruise and all that stuff. I'm just saying, you know, you could have watched the TGIF Fridays video on YouTube and been just as satisfied.
Dang. In what short of time?
And probably in a lot less time.
And I saw the one where the adventurer guy goes in the.
Now we need to get our movie game up, sons. That's what Joe says there, right?
I saw all the Indiana Jones movies. I like those.
I haven't seen all of those. I've seen
I've seen them all.
Raiders. I think I've seen Raiders of the Lost Ark. I think, and I've probably seen a couple of the other stuff, but I don't know if I watched them all through. Although I did like the one with him and Sean Connery. I did see that one with Sean Connery as his
The
dad.
one where the guy goes Kali Ma and he like takes your heart out.
Yeah.
Kali was actually a deity from way back, like not even a living religion anymore, but she was the goddess of destruction. And she would rebirth the world after she destroyed it. And so for them to reference her made me very happy because I was a mythology buff and that was fun for me. So they did reference like actual deities in Indiana Jones. Fun fact.
Well, here's one question for you.
Uh-oh.
And this might be one that sums it all up. Because if you haven't seen this movie, I don't even know where to go at this point.
Citizen Kane, I saw that one.
No, Citizen Kane. Have you ever seen
Wow.
the Goonies?
It's my favorite.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. Because if you haven't seen the Goonies, I'd have some concerns.
They had to play piano to move forward. That made me happy. Like, I mean, oh my gosh, he can do the belly roll. I can't do the belly roll. And then he got skinny and did Stargate or something. And he wasn't as fun when he had no belly.
Chunk.
You talking about Chunk? Yeah.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's fantastic.
Okay. I was gonna say that's like, you know,
No,
that was one of the ones like if you haven't seen the Goonies, I was a little more concerned, but if you've seen the Goonies,
someone saw Neverending Story, they obviously saw the Goonies. I think that's just a given. If you saw Neverending Story, you must have seen the Goonies because Neverending Story.
you would think that, but you never know nowadays. Everybody's sus.
But I like the fantasy and adventure stuff. I like the fantasy and adventure stuff. Honestly, I had an issue with real people drama because I would get very anxious, and I have enough drama in my day-to-day life that I have trouble watching movies with actual drama, like people-to-people drama, because like In the Heat of the Night, I really enjoyed watching that movie. It was a really good movie. But I literally, my whole chest and abdomen were so tight the whole time because of like how angry everyone was and how stressed everyone was. It was really intense. And I take it a little bit too much. Now, if we're going horror flicks, I got you all beat. I have seen every freaking.
Whoa! Let's not just start throwing stuff out there like you got us all beat there. I'm just saying.
I've run out of English spoken horror flicks. I'm going other countries. I've been going other countries for years because they don't make enough horror flicks.
You think you're the only one that's in Japan or Korea right now? I've been in Japan and Korea watching horror flicks. I watch some subtitles. I got no problem with subtitles. I can watch them too.
I'm absolutely obsessed with the horror flicks. They're my absolute favorite. I will sit down for those. You don't have to pull teeth, nothing for that. It's some horror flicks? Hell yeah, let's go. I want to see all of them and be all the scareds. That's what I want. Which is stupid. It doesn't make sense. But I like the horror flicks.
No, if you like horror films, that works out well. I mean, although your house is haunted at times, it seems.
Oh,
but,
yeah. But,
Well, that's true. Yeah,
They're chill.
Your alley.
They're mostly chill. I don't worry about it. But when I was 7, I saw Pumpkinhead. Pumpkinhead had just come out when I was 7, and I watched it. And I convinced my dad to buy me a bunk bed so I would be higher off the floor.
I remember you saying that.
I was an only child who had a bunk bed, and I convinced my dad to buy me one I didn't tell him it was because I watched that movie, because I was supposed to be in bed and I snuck out of bed and watched the movie without my parents knowing. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was because of Pumpkinhead that I wanted a bunk bed because I wanted to be higher up off the floor.
Pumpkinhead freaks some kids out.
Reason.
Pumpkinhead, Jeepers Creepers, Cabin in the Woods. I actually Cabin in the Woods. He kind of rocked that, kind of being like a tongue-in-cheek asshole about the Ash vs. the Evil Dead, the Evil Dead whole movies. So stupid.
Yeah.
Love them to bits. I think they're wonderful. Like stop motion skeletons. You can't go wrong. I can't.
Well, it's like
you wanted to go
when
to
I
bed.
when I was in 6th grade, they came out with the Friday the 13th movie. First one came out or whatever.
Yep.
And we all snuck and kind of saw it and stuff. Well, they sent us on a camping trip. They sent us on a camping trip when we were in 6th grade, and we were camping out at this place in New Jersey outside the Poconos or whatever. And we're in a cabin, a screen cabin, and it's like you had to like a little latch hook, like this little latch hook you put into the little hole, whatever, to keep the door open. Like if Jason was coming for you, it wasn't going to stop anything. So we literally had to sleep in shifts to make sure somebody was on patrol because we all seen the movie. We all seen Friday the 13th. And we were supposed to sneak away to see the girls on the bridge, right?
Oh, of course.
Well, none of us left the cabin. And you could hear the girls bitching about it down there or whatever, but it was like, we're not leaving because Jason might be out there type. So it was kind of like a freaky type experience, but yeah.
But no, Freddy, Jason, all the regulars, Toxic Avenger, you could even call that
Toxic Avenger. Now, Toxic Avenger wasn't really scary. He was more funny in the Toxic Avenger.
Yeah, he was funny. Yeah, but no, I lived for the horror flicks. I loved them, and I loved the Japanese ones, the Korean ones, the ones that are like.
Well, some of those are better than the American ones. They kind of like the intensity is more.
And
some of theirs,
you say that, but it kind of depends because Hostel.
Wait,
that was messed up.
Well, you watch Ringu versus the Ring, and the Ringu is definitely more intense than Ring.
Much better. So much better. And the Grudge and what was the Japanese name for the Grudge? I can't remember. Oh.
I can't remember offhand, but
it's gonna kill me now.
It wasn't like as freaky as Sarah Michelle Gellar. It was kind of like no, the Japanese version.
The Japanese version was way better. Yeah, it was.
Which reminds me, I got to watch that movie Nope because I got Nope. I can actually watch right now, and I haven't watched it yet. That's on Amazon.
It was called Ju-on. Ju-on. Ju-on, and it was so much scarier than the American version. Now, the American version was pretty scary. I'll give them that. Nah, the Japanese one had us beat way.
When I see PG-13, I'm kind of like, it can't be this. It's PG-13. It's not like it's going to go as far to really freak you out. So I'm like,
but yeah,
I need an R at least for my scary movies.
I've watched horror flicks from South America, from Africa, from all over the world. Like, I just love horror movies. They're so much fun. It's that little burst of adrenaline, and I don't have to actually put myself in danger for it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's my little adrenaline boost,
There you go.
I'm okay with the ones that are all the scare factor, that like the one where they were clapping in the dark as hide and seek, and there were things in the whatever it was. I'm fine with the jump scare ones. I'm fine with the storyline ones. I'm fine with ones that are actually like impressive. I'm fine with the ones that are shit. I'm fine with the ones that are old. I just want horror flicks. They just make me happy.
There you go. Well, I need to sign off here so I can actually download this for the podcast, and it's not too long. And
there you go.
I can also get some sleeves on top. Like,
we can cut off all the movie talk. I don't want everyone knowing what I haven't seen. You can just slice off all the movie talk so nobody knows what I haven't seen.
Next week we'll do the birthday stream for me and Mal for next week, and then Saturday we'll have Joe, the Beer Patrol, I'll be teaming up with him on his channel. And then I think with Joe, I think he made a stream, or I can stream it to mine as well, but we'll be talking about February beers and stuff like that. And whatever wormhole Joe leaves us down. So I always like being, an interviewee because I've always doing interviews. So I like being an interviewee. where I can actually just answer the questions. So that'd be kind of cool there. But make sure you check out the Beer Patrol.
That'll be fun.
And if you're following me on TikTok, make sure you connect with me on the new thing. I'm going to be deleting the other one this weekend, but making a switch there on some stuff there. But I have some good things happen on TikTok as well. But that being said, we're going to sign off here. And then look forward to catching up with you guys next week. And hopefully everybody has a great weekend and catch up with you soon.
Bye.
That cat can't talk.
Maybe.
That's the old meow commercial. The meow, 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 meow. All right, we are out.
See ya.
Peace.